Howdy, folks. Tuesday, the third day of March, and today here on The Joe Show, we celebrate National Anthem Day, which we're literally going to celebrate here in like 41 seconds. The American National Anthem was written during the War of 1812. The British had already taken Washington, D.C. and had advanced to Fort McHenry. If they took Baltimore, they would cut the country in half. William Beans, an elderly physician, was on one of those British ships, having been taken prisoner in Maryland. A lawyer and friend of his, a man named Francis Scott Key, had come to negotiate his release, and while they were waiting aboard the British ship, they saw the bombardment of Fort McHenry. Through the night, the two men watched the lights of bombs and rockets, and they knew that the Americans were still resisting, but in the morning, it was dark and quiet. The battle was over. The friends waited on the ship for the sun to rise, wondering in the cool pre-dawn air which flag they'd see fly over the fort. It was on this day, 1931, President Herbert Hoover actually signed the bill that officially designated the Star-Spangled Banner the official national anthem of the United States. Today is National Anthem Day on this Tuesday, March the 3rd edition of The Joe Show. And that's the way we start you off this morning, as we always do, brought to you by Bob Allen Motor Mall. Here it is.
The Bob Allen Motor Mall and Hometown Radio Network proudly honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
There you go, Bob Allen Motor Mall, Hometown Radio Network, teaming up every morning to honor America with the playing of our national anthem. Our phone number to call in this morning is 859-238-WHIR. That's 238-9447. And we'd love to have you right here on the radio on The Joe Show and celebrate birthdays and anniversaries with you on this Tuesday, the 3rd day of March. But we don't know them unless you call them in. 859-238-WHIR. Let's get the music loaded up here and celebrate the birthdays on this third day of March. 3rd day of March. Here we go. Let's do it.
Happy birthday! Happy birthday! Happy birthday! Happy birthday! Happy birthday to you!
Yeah, there we go. Birthdays today look like this. Dr. Matthew Honchel has a birthday today. Kayla Howard celebrates a birthday. So does Jason Kilby, pastor at Centerpoint. And Taylor Stinnett celebrates a birthday. Shelby Huddig, Andy Greenstein, Mark Harris, and Kelsey Brown celebrates.
Happy birthday! Happy birthday! Happy birthday! Happy birthday! Happy birthday! Happy birthday to you!
There you go, Kelsey Brown, Mark Harris, Andy Greenstein, Shelby Huddig, and Taylor Stinnett, Jason Kilby, Kayla Howard, and Dr. Matthew Honchel on the birthday list.
Happy birthday! Happy birthday! Happy birthday! Happy birthday! Happy birthday to you!
There you go, 859-238-WHIR. It is a Tuesday morning, the third day of March. That's 030326 on your calendar. So happy to have you on the show on this Tuesday morning. First guest is on here at 7:10. That's Boyle County and Casey County State Rep Daniel Elliott, who joins the show. We'll see what's going on in the state capitol from yesterday's action. That'll be at 7:10 this morning. 7:20 this morning, it just hit me. Maybe an idea we can do. Maybe I'll have Coach Brian Britt on the show this morning since they do play tonight. I usually talk with Coach Britt on Thursdays, but it'd make better sense to have him today with the Lady Rebels playing tonight. So I'll send him a text, and if he answers me back, great. If not, then we'll have him on Thursday of this week. Boyle County and Pulaski County do play tonight in the girls' region tournament there at Lincoln County. 740 County Agents Corner, brought to you by Bluegrass South Livestock Market. Caitlin Farley joins the show. We'll see what's going on with Caitlin in the Boyle County Extension Office at 740 this morning. 8 o'clock in the morning, 8:10, we've got Colleen, Boyle County Public Library. 8:20, Ramblyisms, the thoughts of Randy Graham and Randy Graham's thoughts, Tuesdays and Thursdays at 8:20 this morning. 8:40, James the Gardener's on here, Gardening with James. We'll see what's going on with the gardener this morning at 8:40. 9 o'clock in the morning, 9:10, Dusty joins us, Kentucky Music Preview number 1 of the week, and then a Stith Funeral Home Tuesday on here at 9:35. That's the rundown of today's show, and we'd love to have you on. Our phone number to call in this morning is 859-238-WHIR, 238-9447, to get on the show and be a part of it this morning. We start you off, as we always do, taking a look at early morning sports. And here it is. The girls' 12th Region Basketball Tournament gets underway, and Arizona routs Iowa State. Those are the headlines on this Tuesday morning. I'm Joe Mathis, guiding you through these Tuesday morning sports. Starting off in high school basketball, where the DCA Lady Warriors kicked off the 12th Region Tournament for this area yesterday as they took on Rockcastle County. It looked in a game as if Rockcastle County was going to run away with it. They led 28-12, and then at half led 39-23. But DCA did not roll over. After Rockcastle County scored the first point in the second half, the Lady Warriors went on a 14-0 run. Ended up cutting that Rockcastle County lead down to 2, 47-45 in the fourth quarter. But DCA battled foul trouble the entire game. And after two of their stars, Nadia Abrams and Amari Blackford, went out, Rockcastle County went on their run to put the game away, beating DCA by 12. DCA season ends with a 17-12 record. As for tonight, there are two games in the Hometown Radio Network. Mercer County girls take on Southwestern at 6:30 on 99.5 FM WHBN. Meanwhile, the Boyle County girls at 25-3, and one of the favorites in the 12th Region Tournament will take on Pulaski County. It'll be a fun game and a fun night of high school basketball. The Boyle County and Pulaski County game will be on 103.9 FM WHIR. In college basketball last night, in a top 10 battle to close out Big Monday in men's college basketball, Arizona showed the NCAA Tournament Selection Committee why it should be a 1 seed come Selection Sunday. The second-ranked Wildcats took down number 7 Iowa State 73-57 last night inside the McKell Center in Tucson, Arizona. The Wildcats were able to flip the game their way with a 15-3 run to end the first half. The win also locks up the outright Big 12 regular season title for Arizona and gives the Wildcats their 14th quad 1 win of the season, which is the most by a single team in the country. And in the National Football League, for the second time in 3 years, the Houston Texans look to the trade market to repair their outlook in the backfield. Yesterday, the Texans acquired David Montgomery from the Lions in exchange for 4th and 7th round picks, as well as offensive lineman Juice Scruggs. The deal splits up Detroit's Sonic and Knuckles running back tandem, leaving 3-time Pro Bowler Jahmyr Gibbs as the primary engine of the backfield, for now at least. In the Texans, Montgomery will provide a punch to the rushing attack that floundered with Joe Mixon missing the entire season and the line struggling to generate a push. That's what's going on in the world of sports. I'm Joe Mathis for the Hometown Radio Network.
Dreaming of home ownership? The Welcome Home Grant Program through the Federal Home Loan Bank offers down payment and closing cost assistance to eligible homebuyers through the Federal Home Loan Bank. This is Ronald Howard, senior lender with Whitaker Bank. We're proud to help our neighbors take the first step toward a place to call home. Funding is limited and eligibility requirements apply. Stop by your local Whitaker Bank branch or call 1-800-650-6717 to learn more about the Welcome Home Grant. Whitaker Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender, NMLS 786362.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by
The Real and O'Reilly Joe coming your way courtesy of our friends over at Good Neighbor Pharmacy in Danville. Convenient stay in your car drive-thru. Complete diabetes shop Monday through Friday 9 to 7, Saturday 9 to 5. Good Neighbor Pharmacy in Danville. It's behind Cracker Barrel. Rain showers, 50-50 shot today. Mostly cloudy, up near 70 as the high. A low tonight, 56. Tomorrow, 30% chance of showers. Mostly cloudy, 74 is the high. Thursday, chance of rain showers, likely, possibly a thunderstorm. Mostly cloudy, high Thursday, 73. Right now, 6:23 in the morning. 47 degrees. Tuesday, the third day of the month of March. And I'm so happy to have you on the show. 859-238-WHIR is the number to call in this morning. That's 238-9447 as we take a look at celebrity birthdays on this March the 3rd. Those famous people having famous birthdays on this famous day. And our celebrity birthdays, let's cue up the music. There we go. Look like this. Starting off on this day, March the 3rd, back 44 years ago, where actress Jessica Biel was born, known for her acting in movies The Illusionist, The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Valentine's Day, I Now Pronounce You Chuck and Larry, Playing for Keeps, Summer Catch, The Book of Love, The Sinner, and, well, I mentioned Summer Catch. Here's a clip from Summer Catch. Jessica Biel, 44 years old today.
I did everything wrong with us. I should have told you about Chris. And this war with my father has been going on for 4 years, and it's finally out of control.
Forget it.
No. I was confused, and I dragged you in the middle of my mess.
There you go, Jessica Biel, 44 years old today. Herschel Walker turned 64. Former NFL running back and Heisman Trophy winner is having a birthday today. Happy birthday to Herschel Walker. Camila Cabello is 29, former member of Fifth Harmony, also a solo artist. Havana and Señorita Camila Cabello, 29 years old today. Jackie Joyner-Kersee turned 64, Olympic gold medalist in the heptathlon and the long jump. Happy 64th to Jackie Joyner-Kersee. And Alexander Graham Bell would have been 179 years old. He was still with us today, the inventor of the telephone, born on this date, 1847. Celebrity birthdays on this Tuesday, the third day of the month of March.
On this day in country music.
All right, then there, Mr. Voice. It was on this day, country music history, looking back at the year 1973, where country music winners of the 15th Annual Grammy Awards included the Best Country Vocal Performance by a Female, Donna Fargo, for The Happiest Girl in the Whole USA. It was on this day, country music history, 1994. John Michael Montgomery was at number 1 on the country music album chart with his second album called Kicking It Up, included some big-time hits on that. And it was on this date, country music history in the year 2002, where American songwriter Harlan Howard died at the age of 74. And that's what's gone on this date, March the 3rd, in country music history. Starting off on this date, country music history in the year 1973, where we celebrate with Donna Fargo today.
Shine on me, sunshine, walk with me, world, it's a skippity-doo-dah.
I don't typically spotlight people who have won an award show on this date. If I do, it means there's not a whole lot going on. Not a whole lot going on this date in country music history. Donna Fargo won Best Country Vocal Performance by a Female on this date, 1973, at the 15th Annual Grammy Awards. The Best Country Vocal Performance for a Male went to Charlie Pride for Charlie Pride Sings Heart Songs. By a duo, it was the Statler Brothers for the class of 57. And the Best Instrumental went to Charlie McCoy for the Charlie McCoy and the real McCoy. There you go. That's what's gone on this date, 1973. Donna Fargo, the happiest girl in the whole USA.
You make the coffee, I'll make the bed. I'll fix your lunch and you fix mine. Now tell me the truth, do these old shoes look funny? Honey, it's almost 9.
It was on this day, country music history, 1994. John Michael Montgomery went number 1 on the U.S. Country Album Chart with his second album called Kicking It Up. Yeah, this song is on there, I Swear. Wrote the Moon, Be My Baby Tonight, and If You've Got Love, all on this album, Kicking It Up by John Michael Montgomery, which went number 1 on this date 32 years ago.
Stand beside you through the years. You'll only cry those happy tears. And though I'll make mistakes, I'll never break your heart. I swear by the moon and the stars in the sky, I'll be there. I swear, like a shadow that's by your side.
And it was on this day, country music history in the year 2002, 24 years ago, where songwriter Harlan Howard died at the age of 74. Boy, he had some big ones to his name, including this one.
I fall to pieces.
Yeah, Patsy Cline's I Fall to Pieces, written by Harlan Howard, along with Hank Cochran. Howard was inducted into the Country Music Hall of Fame in 1997, 15 years prior to his death. 5 years prior to his death. On this date, 2002, Harlan Howard died at the age of 74.
How can I be just your friend? You want me to act like we've never kissed. You want me.
There you go. Harlan Howard, John Michael Montgomery, and Donna Fargo have all made their mark on this date, March 3rd in country music history. It's 6:29, and we're 60 seconds away from Bottom Hour News with K&N right here on The Joe Show.
So you want to be a recycling hero in Danville with curbside pickup, or impress the fine folks at Boyle County Recycling Center? Pay attention, because it's a little more than just breathing air and tossing your stuff in the bin. Only plastics marked with numbers 1 and 2 make the cut. Got it? Great. And don't just toss in goo-covered spaghetti jars or soda cans. Rinse those bad boys. Gotta be squeaky clean, shiny happy, bone dry. Bonus tip, this also applies to your metal cans, whether they're steel, tin, or aluminum. Seriously, don't mix in that oil-stained tin foil hat. Got a hoarding problem with cardboard, catalogs, and magazines that rival a library? Set them free to reincarnate. Cereal boxes, office paper, they're all up for this new spiritual paper journey. And listen up, confetti enthusiasts, bag that shredded paper. Sorry, folks. Glass is not welcome to the recyclables party, but hey, give yourself a high five for recycling right.
Boyle County's our home, so let's keep it clean.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
March is Colorectal Cancer Awareness Month, and one Louisville expert is telling you why screenings are so important.
Hillary Deskins is an oncology nurse navigator at U of L Health, and she describes colon cancer as, quote, sneaky.
People are thinking that if I don't have any symptoms, I don't have it. So no symptoms, no need. That's a misconception that I want to get nipped in the bud because, again, colon cancer has no symptoms.
That is in the early stages, at least. Deskins added that colon cancer is no longer considered, quote, an old person's disease, as she is starting to see people in their 20s getting diagnosed. Screenings are routinely scheduled at the age of 45, but due to a recent change in Kentucky law, high-risk individuals can now be screened up to 5 years earlier at the age of 40. I'm Joe Lincoln.
The Kentucky House of Representatives passing a bill banning so-called Glock switches. The Republican-sponsored House Bill 299 calls for a statewide prohibition on the small devices that can convert a semi-automatic handgun into a fully automatic machine gun. The switches are often 3D printed. Federal law bans Glock switches, but local and state authorities don't have the power to prosecute under Kentucky law. Opponents of the legislation say it infringes upon Second Amendment rights.
65 members voting aye, 25 members voting nay. House Bill 299, as amended by House Committee Substitute 1, is passed.
The measure now goes to the Senate. A Michigan man arrested for allegedly shooting a firearm inside a truck stop restroom in London. Joshua Teal is accused of firing one shot inside the BP truck stop's men's restroom. 2 people were in the adjacent stalls at the time. Teal faces a first-degree wanton endangerment charge. London police continue to investigate. I'm Lee Mowen.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Hey folks, Willie Baker here, Baker Auctions and Real Estate, and we have an incredible lineup of spring auctions coming your way. We have the Gordon Farm. Now that's 72 acres in tracts located on Highway 198 in Houstonville. Now we're having that auction live on site with some online bidding available. That's on Tuesday, March the 10th at noon. Our spring consignment auction has been rescheduled for Thursday, March the 12th, live on site at Baker Auction Center with online bidding available. All these auctions and more can be found at bidbaker.com. And don't forget, get more for your acre. Call Willie Baker.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update. Mercer County is making changes to its storm sirens. At the most recent Mercer County Fiscal Court meeting and Harrisburg City Commission meeting, Mercer County Emergency Management Director Brad Cox announced they were changing the storm siren protocol. Cox said he had heard from several groups and concerned citizens, and that from now on, the storm sirens in Mercer County will not go off for severe thunderstorm warnings, but only for tornado warnings or severe thunderstorms that are capable of producing destructive straight-line winds or strong rotation. Saying in Harrisburg, they've named their new interim fire chief. The Harrisburg Herald reports that at their last Harrisburg City Commission meeting, they named Austin Jackson as the interim fire chief. Jackson will replace Michael Cox, who resigned effective at the end of February. Jackson has a long history with the Harrisburg Fire Department, where he joined in 2010. The country's largest annual school archery tournament will descend on Kentucky in 2 weeks. More than 9,200 archers from 415 schools across the country will be in Kentucky on March 13th and 14th for the National Archery in the Schools Program State Bullseye Tournament. It's being held at the Kentucky Expo Center in Louisville and has been since 2016. Since then, it's grown into one of the largest state-level sporting competitions held anywhere. When is it too soon to tie the knot? Charles Baglin has details about a bill that would put an age requirement on getting married.
Kentucky statute holds that the minimum legal age to marry is 18. However, exceptions can be made for 17, with many instances of child brides in the state. Senate Bill 156, before the General Assembly in Frankfort, would make 18 absolute. Senator Julie Rocky Adams of Louisville brings the measure.
This is just legislation designed to end child marriage in Kentucky once and for all.
Per Kentucky law, adult liberties begin at age 18. The right to vote, serve on jury duty, military enlistment, the age to enter legally binding contracts such as applying for a credit card. Testimony shared in the Senate Committee on Veterans, Military Affairs, and Public Protection cite instances where pregnancy and parental blessing might persuade a court to approve an underage marriage, but could still interfere with making adult legal and medical decisions. Senator Adams says the bill can finally end potential jeopardy.
By closing the remaining loopholes and ensuring that our laws are clear, enforceable, and centered on the safety and dignity of our minors.
Reporting from the state capitol in Frankfort, I'm Charles Baglin.
Senate Bill 56 passed in committee and now heads to the full Senate for consideration. Reporting for the Hometown Radio Network, I'm Joe Mathis.
Folks, this is Tony Wilder, chairman of the Boyle County's America 250 birthday celebration. Wanted to remind everyone of our event Tuesday, March 3rd at 7 p.m. at the Danville High School Auditorium. Our own former Kentucky Poet Laureate Frank X. Walker will be delivering a reading and commentary from his new book, Load in 9 Times. He'll be joined by eminent panelists who will expand on the significance of Camp Nelson, its connection to Boyle County, and the important role the African-American soldier played in our Civil War. Remember, this is a free event, so join us.
Don't be a dirty driver. You can shine on and drive on with a clean vehicle from the original Thoroughbred Car Wash in Danville on Perryville Road. The original Thoroughbred Car Wash has 6 self-service bays and 8 vacuums and a touchless automatic wash that washes, waxes, and blow dries for the spotless wash that you'll be proud of. Find the original Thoroughbred Car Wash in Danville on Perryville Road, just down from Big Lots. Open 7 days a week for your convenience.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by...
All right, little Riley Joe, appreciate that. Coming your way courtesy of our friends hanging out over at Danville Auto Body Shop. Top of the line collision, auto body repair. Head to the mechanics at Danville Auto Body Shop. 315 Dillahay. Get a free estimate and they work with your insurance company. Fixing water leaks, window motor repairs, cell damage, paintless tint repair. Danville Auto Body Shop. Rain showers are likely today. Mostly cloudy. 68 and 57 is the high and low. And again, about a quarter of an inch of rain is possible today. Tomorrow, 50-50. Mostly cloudy. 72 is the high. Thursday, chance of showers and thunderstorms. Likely in the afternoon. Mostly cloudy. High of 74. Low tomorrow night of 59. Friday, mostly sunny and 78's the high. Saturday, showers and possibly a thunderstorm and a high of 76. Right now, it's 6:37 in the morning, 50 degrees. Tuesday, March the 3rd. What's going on with Larry Vaught and Vaught's View?
Vaught's Views on University of Kentucky Sports is on the air. Featuring 7-time Kentucky Sports Writer of the Year, Larry Vaught.
Many star college athletes were multi-sport stars in high school, which makes perfect sense. However, it is different for elite college gymnasts. Becoming a successful Southeastern Conference gymnast starts at an early age and normally requires athletes to focus on only one sport. Kentucky gymnasts Cicely Rizzo and Gabby Van Prayen told me they both tried other sports, but not for long. Cicely Rizzo, a junior, has competed at every UK meet in her 3 years on campus. She started gymnastics at age 6. She tried soccer, basketball, softball, and a few other sports. But at one point, her parents told her she needed to pick one sport. So at the age of 10, Rizzo went with gymnastics as her choice because she was already flipping around the house in her spare time, and her parents agreed that it seemed like gymnastics was the right choice for her.
Vaught's Views will return in a moment.
Go camping.
Go hiking.
Go antiquing.
Go kayaking.
Go fishing.
Go discovering.
Whoa!
Go exploring.
Go KDiz.com.
Kentucky, find what moves you.
Gabby Van Prayen was a 5-star recruit out of Ohio who won 2 beam titles in UK's first 5 meets this season. She started gymnastics at age 5. She also tried soccer for a little bit. The hectic schedules made her father tell her to pick one sport, and it was gymnastics for her, even though her dad actually wanted her to pick soccer. However, the one-sport choice worked out well for both Cicely Rizzo, Gabby Van Prayen, and other UK gymnasts who had to choose one sport early and stick with it.
Find more from Larry at yoursportsedge.com.
There you go, Larry Vaught, Vaught's Views, Mondays through Fridays right here on The Joe Show at 6:40 in the morning. A mysterious stone that archaeologists uncovered is actually what they believe to be an ancient Roman board game. Yeah, an ancient stone ends up being a board game in ancient Rome. Well, check out this ad.
Ready for a new game that's fun for the whole family?
Yeah!
Then get ready for Ancient Roman Monopoly, the updated board game based on the mystery stone that actually turned out to be a Roman board game. Dad takes a turn.
I just landed on Antioch, and you have 3 bathhouses on it? I have to pay you 8 pieces of silver.
Pay up, Dad.
Mom takes a turn.
Nice. I just got a get out of crucifixion free card.
Junior takes a turn.
Defeat a gladiator. Pass go. Collect 200 bronze coins. Nice.
It's Ancient Roman Monopoly in stores now.
There you go. That's what they were playing back in the day. It's 6:40 in the morning, and got a phone call in here. Good morning. You're on the Joe Show.
Hey, good morning, Joe.
Hey. What's up, Doug?
Hey, I think I like that game. I need it.
You want to play a little Ancient Roman Monopoly?
I think I do. With you and Rick. Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
We'll get it done.
You and Rick, I think.
Hey, over the weekend on Sunday, we had a family board game night. We played Dogopoly in our house. And I was killing everybody. I was killing everybody, Doug. I owned the 2 utilities, which were the fire hydrant and like the doghouse. And people kept on landing on it. And because I owed them both, they had to pay me 4 times the amount rolled on the dice. And so, me and Jack were really doing well. It got to the point where it was too late and we had to quit, but Rayleigh and Rebecca, they were done. Me and Jack were like high-fiving each other. Jack owned the yellow properties, and he had pet spas on top of all of them. Instead of hotels, it's pet spas. We were racking it in, Doug. So we played some Dogopoly.
Now, did you say yellow properties?
Yeah, well, I see how ironic that is now. But, yeah, like the yellow-colored properties on the Monopoly board that are pretty good to own, he owned them. And it was like Doberman Pinscher, Basset Hound, and Beagle or something like that. And he was just – people kept on landing on Doberman Pinscher, and Jack was like, pay me $750 now. We had a lot of fun playing Dogopoly on Sunday night. Doug, speaking of
already training him. Training that boy.
Yeah. Speaking of fun, last night, Doug, you had Rockcastle County beating DCA. It happened, but you got to give the Lady Warriors credit. They fought back in a game. Someone said they were down so bad they should have been carried out of the gym at halftime, and they came out on a 14-0 run in the second half after Rockcastle County ended up scoring the first point in the second half. DCA went on a 14-0 run after that.
Well, I hate to say it, but me and another guy were sitting there thinking, you think DCA will score 15 before halftime?
Yeah.
And, of course, they ended up scoring 23.
Yeah.
And I looked at him and I said, that's the exact number they scored against Bull County in the championship game last week.
Yep.
And we left about the start of the third quarter. I was like that other person, that whoever it was, thinking, yeah, call the ambulance, get them in here, load them up and take them home.
Yeah.
I got home and turned the radio on, and I thought I heard you say 47-45. I thought that's not right. that can't be right. And then I kept listening, and I thought, oh, my gosh, they made a huge comeback in that game.
Yeah, it was great. It was fun to watch. Look, I know that Rockcastle County ended up winning by 14, so you look at the score and you're like, well, it couldn't have been that good of a game. DCA had their 2 best players foul out, and for them to come back and cut it to 2 in the fourth quarter, and I mentioned on the broadcast it was fingernail biting time in Rockcastle County, because how in the world did this just happen? They were up by, at one point, 17 points. It was 40-23 after they scored the first point in the second half, and then DCA went on a 14-0 run after that and ended up cutting it down to 2 there in the fourth quarter. But you did get the Rockcastle County pick right, Doug, so you got that right. You're now 5-4 in postseason play. And so you got two games to pick tonight, because we do have 2 area teams in action, right? We do cover Mercer County on WHBN. Right. And obviously, Bull County, I'll have the play-by-play call tonight right here on WHIR. So, Doug, starting off with game 1, Mercer County taking on Southwestern. Who do you have in that game?
Well, I'm going to go with Southwestern. It may be a close game for a little bit, but I think Southwestern will pull away, because if I'm not mistaken, Mercer County is still a fairly young basketball team. And she's not the player of the region, but maybe first team, all 12th region, Jalen Dye.
Yeah.
I think that's her. I think that's how you say her name.
Yeah, that is, yeah.
She's a senior. By the way, we won't get into it, but her mother and I have a lot more in common than I was hoping we had, but that's a different story. But Jalen Dye is a really good little basketball player. I've been watching her for basically her whole career, and she has just gotten better and better. So I think the youth and inexperience of Mercer will fold up the tent probably in the fourth quarter of that game. And but you never count a team out, as you saw last night with DCA. But I think Cliff Berry did a heck of a job coaching that team last night. He had to, or there's no way they would have been as close as they were with all the foul trouble that they had in the game before those girls fouled out. So,
Yeah.
Because I know that, was it Blackbird had 2 or 3 before half?
Yeah, she had 3 before half, yep.
So, I mean, for her not to foul out till, about 2 or 3 minutes left in the game,
Right.
that's pretty good.
Yeah. But
So
with all that
number
said, you got Mercer County falling to Southwestern. Game 2, probably out of all the teams that Boyle County on the girls' side could have drawn as a district runner-up, this is the one you're like, wow, do they really have to draw Pulaski County? Because this is a good Pulaski County team that had won 13 straight, I believe it was, before they lost to Rockcastle County in the district championship. Boyle and Pulaski County, they've combined for 47 wins. The combined record 47-11. Doug, who do you got, Boyle County or Pulaski County tonight?
Well, like you said, when I saw the bracket come out, I just shook my head. I said the 2 teams that I did not want to see Boyle have to play, and they're both in the same bracket, which would be Pulaski County and Southwestern. And I was like, good grief, could they have gotten a worse draw than what they got? Saying that, I'm going to go ahead and give the nod to Boyle County. I'm going to give the nod to them until they lose, because I think this is theirs to lose, theirs to win. And I know that Pulaski County is a good basketball team. They're number 2 RPI behind Boyle. So you got the 1 and 2 teams per RPI playing in the first round of the regional tournament. Now, again, saying all that, I did see that there was you might want to call it a big upset, I'm not for sure, but in the 4th region, you had the number 2 team in the RPI playing the number 3 team in the RPI, but in the regular season, number 2 beat number 3 by 20 points.
Okay.
Last night, it was reversed. Number 3 beat number 2 by 4 in the first round of the regional tournament, and I'm sure that the Cumberland County coach did not want to have to play the Allen County Scottsville team that beat them last night. So, again, you don't know what's going to happen next. And there's a couple of others that happened like that as well last night, but that's the one that stood out to me because I'm from the 4th region.
Cumberland County, yeah.
And,
So you got Boyle County
over
over
with the Lady Rebels.
There you go. Boyle over Pulaski. You've got Southwestern over Mercer County tonight. We hope you're right on one of those, but we hope you're wrong in the Mercer County Southwestern selection. Doug, we'll see you tonight, and we got basketball on all 3 stations tonight. WHBN's got the Mercer game. You've got Boyle County, Pulaski on WHIR, and, of course, UK plays tonight down at Texas A&M on Z105. So it'll be a busy night for basketball. Doug, appreciate it. We'll see you tonight, okay?
Can I just say this? People, if you haven't been out to watch a high school basketball game, get out and watch these girls. Get out and watch them and support them. They are phenomenal.
Yep. Lincoln County tonight, and then we'll be at Pulaski County tomorrow for the start of the boys' 12th region tournament. All right, Doug, talk to you later.
Let's go. Thank you. Bye.
There you go. Doug Thacker calling in. He's I don't know if regular is the right word. Someone said, "What, you have Doug?" I told him Doug was on my show this morning. That was like last week. I was like, hey, Doug Thacker called on my show this morning. This person said, Doug Thacker has a regular segment on your show? I said, well, he calls in and I put him on the air. If you call in when I'm on the air, I'm going to put you on the air. I can't talk to you off the air if I'm on the air. That's what being on the air is about. All right, it's 6:49 in the morning. Back after this, Sylvanus at Sunrise around the corner.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now, there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team. Build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. And you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Tyler did a good job. He beat some good competition. I mean, when you see SVG coming back there, you get a little nervous. but I think he had him covered pretty much the whole day.
That is 2311 co-owner Michael Jordan, as it was a record-setting day in Austin, Texas for Tyler Reddick as he claims his third consecutive victory of the season. I'm David Stiles. This is PRN's Garage Pass.
Whether your engine runs daily or only when you need it, Z-Max Micro Lubricant is the force you need against carbon buildup that can damage your engine. Combustion causes carbon and other harmful deposits to build up in your engine, fuel system, and transmission. And carbon is like sandpaper, rubbing against your engine's internal parts. You don't want that. You want Z-Max Micro Lubricant. It soaks into metal and keeps your vehicle running at peak performance. Find out more at zmax.com or visit us on Facebook and X. Protect your engine to the max with Z-Max.
Tyler Reddick and the number 45 Toyota team for 2311 led 58 of the 95 laps at Circuit of the Americas this past Sunday and notched his third consecutive victory to start the season. And Reddick also became the only driver in NASCAR history to accomplish this feat. Here is PRN's Heather DeBoe in victory lane with our race winner.
And Tyler Reddick makes history today, becoming the first driver ever to win the first 3 races of the season. When you look at this moment, where does it rank for you, and what does it mean to you to be the first?
I mean, some big-time moments have happened for me to start 2026. I never won back-to-back in my NASCAR career. I don't know how many times I've won 3 in a row as a racer in general in my lifetime, so just super pumped. I mean, this is what it's all about. We work so hard to turn the corner and make 2026 a good year, and we learned a lot from 2025. And just, to be able to get my second win here, the race go the way that it did, to have to hold off Shane and get this win. We'll just keep going as long as we can. We'll try to go to Phoenix and make it 4.
Along with this blistering start to the 2026 season, 2311 now has a firm grasp on the top 2 positions in the point standings, with Bubba Wallace trailing his teammate Tyler Reddick by 70 points. Can Tyler Reddick become the first driver since 2007 to win 4 races in a row? We'll find out in Phoenix this upcoming Sunday. This is PRN's Garage Pass.
When NASCAR hits Dover Motor Speedway, get ready for all-star intensity at the Monster Mile, May 15th through 17th. See the sport's biggest names battle it out. It's more than a race. Concerts, autograph sessions, tailgates, and non-stop action all weekend long. Experience NASCAR the way it's meant to be, live and in person at Dover. Get your tickets now at DoverMotorspeedway.com. That's DoverMotorspeedway.com.
Danville Bike and Footwear is your destination for performance footwear from trusted brands like Ultra, Asics, Brooks, and Saucony. Whether you need added stability in a comfortable walking shoe or high performance in a running shoe, they have the perfect fit for you. You'll also find power step insoles and a wide selection of socks designed for relief, recovery, comfort, and breathability. So step into Danville Bike and Footwear. Your feet will be happy you did. Located in downtown Danville next to City Hall.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by...
All right, little Rayleigh Joe. Appreciate that. Coming your way courtesy of our friends over at Danville Auto Body Shop. Top-of-the-line collision auto body repair. Head to the mechanics over at Dabs, Danville Auto Body Shop, 315 Dillahay. Get a free estimate, and they work with your insurance company. Fixing water leaks, window motor repairs, hail damage, paintless dent repair, Danville Auto Body Shop. Rain showers are likely, mostly cloudy. 68, 57 is the high and low for today. Tomorrow, 50-50 chance of rain, mostly cloudy. 72. Thursday, chance of showers and thunderstorms before 1, mostly cloudy. High of 74. Right now, 6:55 in the morning. 49 degrees here in Danville, and we're so happy to have you on the Joe Show. 100% hilarious. So bad they're good. Warning, these may make you cringe. It's time for everyone's 6th favorite segment on the Joe Show every single morning. We call this one the Dad Joke of the Day.
Dad Joke of the Day.
All right, Dad Joke of the Day. Walking home last night. I went for a walk last night, and while I was walking, I passed a slice of an apple pie. I passed an ice cream sundae, and I passed a lemon cheesecake. It was weird. Walking home last night, past a slice of an apple pie, an ice cream sundae, and a lemon cheesecake, and I said to myself, this street seems strangely deserted. There you go, Dad Joke of the Day, Mondays through Fridays, right here in the Joe Show and WHIR Danville News Talk Sports.
Welcome to the planet of the apps. Well, there's a new app for lip syncing, and you can record yourself performing songs or famous lines from movies. It's called Dub Smash, and we've been experimenting with Dub Smash this past week. It's great. You can record yourself, you can do a video of yourself, you can lip sync your favorite songs, or you can use it to lip sync to a famous line from a movie or TV show. Then you post your videos on social media, and your friends go nuts. They love it. You can also record funny pickup lines with the app, or maybe play out scenes from reality shows. Try it. See what you think. It's very clever. It's called Dub Smash. D-U-B-S-M-A-S-H. Dub Smash. It's free. Right here with your friend Rick Dees in this molten magma we call the planet of the apps.
There you go, Ricky Dees. Oh, Ricky Dees, the planet of the apps, Mondays through Fridays right here on the Joe Show. At this time leads us into this morning's country comic spotlight. We're in the spotlight this morning. We've got Brian Scott McFadden. Brian Scott McFadden, who talks about why he went into stand-up comedy. Brian Scott McFadden in the Country Comic Spotlight.
That's right. I am a stand-up comedian, and I became a stand-up comedian for one important reason, because I always heard women say when I was growing up that the number one thing they looked for in a man was not money or looks, it was sense of humor. Oh, yeah. That's right. That's what women say. What women don't say is it kind of depends on how poor and unattractive the guy with a sense of humor is. Yeah, it turns out there are limits to what a sense of humor will compensate for. Be honest, come on. I mean, sense of humor's awesome, but if the guy's a homeless hunchback, tell the truth, all the knock-knock jokes in the world are not gonna help him on the dance floor. No matter how witty Quasimodo is, he's not swinging into a club. Hi, where are you ladies from? What's up, honey? Hey, you want to dance? You know? And have a bunch of women going, Lori, meet this guy. He's hilarious. And I think he went to Notre Dame. Come on over here and meet him. Looks matter. It's okay to admit that, right? A woman said this to me. What does this mean? She said, Brian, you're cute. You get much better looking as I get to know you. What kind of almost compliment is that? You get better looking as I get to know you sounds like a compliment, but that's kind of like saying, Brian, now that I've gotten to know your personality, your physical flaws don't bother me nearly as much as they once did. Yeah. Yeah. Keep the laughs coming, joke boy. Yeah, that's what that.
Brian Scott McFadden in the Country Comic Spotlight. Rick Dees and this morning's Planet of the Apps and the Dad Joke of the Day, Mondays through Fridays, right here in the Joe Show on WHIR Danville. Hey, we're 30 seconds away from our top hour news, where our state rep Daniel Elliott joins the show this morning at 7:10.
Danville's deal maker, Bob Allen.
Together, let's drive at Bob Allen Chevrolet. With Chevy Lease Loyalty, lease a new 26 Chevy Silverado 1500 Crew Cab 4x4 for only $209 per month for 24 months. $53.49 plus first payment, taxes and fees due at signing. 10,000 lease miles per year. VIN 162008. Bob Allen Chevrolet, located on Maple Avenue in Danville, or shop online anytime at BobAllenMotorMall.com.
This is the talk of the town, AM 1230, and now on FM 103.9, WHIR Danville, powered by Kentucky WiMAX.
It's 7 o'clock.
NBC News Radio, I'm Michael Kastner. There's a growing sense of uncertainty spreading across the Middle East as the U.S. military continues Operation Epic Fury against Iran. NBC's Matt Bodner.
As we enter day 4 of the bombing campaign against Iran, there are growing concerns that the United States may be entangling itself in another long Middle Eastern war. On Monday, President Trump said that the military projected a 4 to 5 week operation, but he did add that the United States was committed to its goals no matter how long it takes to achieve them.
6 American service members have been killed since the start of the operation that took out Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. After being briefed by the administration, Virginia Democratic Senator Mark Warner said this.
There was no imminent threat to the United States of America by the Iranians. But if we equate a threat to Israel as the equivalent of an imminent threat to the United States, then we are in uncharted territory.
Oil shipping through the Strait of Hormuz is almost at a standstill as Iran threatens to attack any tanker that tries to pass through the critical energy corridor. Tony Waterman reports consumers will soon feel the effects at the gas pump.
Brent crude oil prices surged as much as 12% on Monday, pushing the benchmark above $80 a barrel for the first time in more than a year. Strong U.S. supply helped temper the rise, but experts say the longer the conflict drags on, the more prices will go up.
About a fifth of the world's oil typically moves through the strait. Some 150 tankers have been left stranded. Companies are rerouting ships around the southern tip of Africa, which is greatly increasing shipping times and costs. Dow futures have dropped 950 points as traders fear the U.S.-Iran conflict could drag on. Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
Workdays can be unpredictable, but your workwear shouldn't be. With the Cintas Apparel Plus program, you'll have freshly laundered garments for everyone on your team delivered every week. Cintas has workwear for just about any job imaginable, with high-performance fabrics and an uncompromising fit that stretches and moves with you. Don't leave looking and feeling good to chance. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
It's impossible to have a bad day when you started with Chick-fil-A.
Hi, I'm Miles.
And this is Grant.
And the little thing we love about the Chick-fil-A chicken biscuit is
how the fluffy, crispy goodness wakes us up in the morning. The chicken is crispy, the biscuit is soft, it's iconic.
Throw some jelly on it, you can throw some honey on it. It helps me kick off the day.
The hash browns are great. And I really like the shape of them too. Little circles of crispy goodness. Yeah, those early morning chicken biscuits are just great, man.
Mornings are a little bit brighter with the Chick-fil-A chicken biscuit and Simply Orange Juice. Available on the Chick-fil-A app.
A Tampa, Florida-based nonprofit specializing in getting people out of dangerous situations is preparing for the first evacuations of Americans stranded in the Middle East by the conflict with Iran. In Florida, Gordon Bird.
Great Bull Rescue founder Brian Stern, a veteran of special operations, says even with leadership dead and communications degraded, Iran still has ways to project power.
These are the guys that invented the suicide vest. These are the guys that invented how to take hostages. These are the guys that invented IEDs.
Stern's organization is launching rescue operations in the Middle East, focusing on Tel Aviv as well as Dubai, where thousands of Americans and others are stranded by airspace closures.
A key gun rights case is now in the hands of the U.S. Supreme Court. The justices heard oral arguments on whether marijuana users can be prohibited from possessing a pistol.
Habitual illegal drug users can regain their arms through their own voluntary conduct by not using illegal drugs so often.
Solicitor General Sarah Harris says that marijuana use should be considered different from alcohol or even prescription drugs because it's illegal at the federal level. The case under review is out of Texas. Ali Khamenei was arrested for the possession of marijuana in his home near Dallas. The FBI also found a pistol. His lawyers argue that the law violates the Second Amendment. 2 people are safe with quite a story to tell after their hot air balloon got stuck on a cell phone tower in Texas, and they had to be rescued by firefighters. Rescuers responded to the scene in Longview on Saturday morning to find the balloon stuck more than 900 feet off the ground.
It's just a basket that was swinging pretty good in the breeze there, and they're just hanging out in that basket with a partially torn balloon.
Both occupants in the balloon's basket were conscious and unhurt. And the Mega Millions jackpot stands at $473 million ahead of tonight's big drawing. Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
Trade that daily mental and physical exhaustion for real energy with HRG 80 Red Ginseng Energy from Terry Naturally. Get an energy boost like never before. Breeze through your day with focus, a clear mind, and yes, energy. Get HRG 80 Red Ginseng Energy from Terry Naturally. No more being exhausted by the end of the day. No more feeling like your mental and physical energy doesn't keep up with the demands of life. Get HRG 80 Red Ginseng Energy from Terry Naturally. This powerful red ginseng will boost your energy levels, clear your mind, and help you focus. No more afternoon slump. You could be experiencing renewed energy. And HRG 80 Red Ginseng Energy comes with a complete money-back guarantee. What could you accomplish with more energy in your day? Find out. Get HRG 80 Red Ginseng Energy from Terry Naturally.
Available at the Nutrition Center at 802 South 4th Street in Danville. Danville Nutrition Center. Big enough to serve, small enough to care.
These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Planning a wedding? Paying for a wedding? Attending a wedding? Hi, this is Pam Pfister Clark with Wedding Planning with Pam, inviting you to join us Monday through Friday after the 8:30 morning news on WHIR AM 1230. I'll give you sound wedding planning advice and money-saving tips, information you need, and you'll get it all right here at your favorite radio station, WHIR AM 1230.
Good morning to you. Tuesday, it's the third day of March, 030326, and we're happy to have you on the Joe Show on this Tuesday morning where it's 51 degrees as you're getting this Tuesday morning started off, getting up, making breakfast, getting some coffee going, getting the kiddos off to school. Forecast is coming your way. News comes up here first. Here on the Joe Show, brought to you by Stuart Powell Ford Mazda.
It's all about you and Stuart Powell.
Fred Sizemore, General Manager at Stuart Powell Ford Mazda. We are the #1 volume retail dealer in Central Kentucky and the fastest growing Mazda dealer in the state of Kentucky. Our people make a difference and we make it easy. Stop by and see for yourself how car buying should be. 225 South Danville Bypass or online at stuartpowell.com.
Because we know how. It's an easy thing to do in Danville. Stuart Powell Ford Mazda.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update.
Mercer County is making changes to its storm sirens. At the most recent Mercer County Fiscal Court meeting and Harrisburg City Commission meeting, Mercer County Emergency Management Director Brad Cox announced they were changing the storm siren protocol. Cox said he had heard from several groups and concerned citizens, and that from now on, the storm sirens in Mercer County will not go off for severe thunderstorm warnings, but only for tornado warnings or severe thunderstorms that are capable of producing destructive straight-line winds or strong rotation. Saying in Harrisburg, they've named their new interim fire chief. The Harrisburg Herald reports that at their last Harrisburg City Commission meeting, they named Austin Jackson as the interim fire chief. Jackson will replace Michael Cox, who resigned effective at the end of February. Jackson has a long history with the Harrisburg Fire Department, where he joined in 2010. The country's largest annual school archery tournament will descend on Kentucky in 2 weeks. More than 9,200 archers from 415 schools across the country will be in Kentucky on March 13th and 14th for the National Archery in the Schools Program State Bullseye Tournament. It's being held at the Kentucky Expo Center in Louisville and has been since 2016. Since then, it's grown into one of the largest state-level sporting competitions held anywhere. When is it too soon to tie the knot? Charles Baglin has details about a bill that will put an age requirement on getting married.
Kentucky statute holds that the minimum legal age to marry is 18. However, exceptions can be made for 17, with many instances of child brides in the state. Senate Bill 156, before the General Assembly in Frankfort, would make 18 absolute. Senator Julie Rocky Adams of Louisville brings the measure.
This is just legislation designed to end child marriage in Kentucky once and for all.
Per Kentucky law, adult liberties begin at age 18. The right to vote, serve on jury duty, military enlistment, the age to enter legally binding contracts such as applying for a credit card. Testimony shared in the Senate Committee on Veterans, Military Affairs, and Public Protection cite instances where pregnancy and parental blessing might persuade a court to approve an underage marriage, but could still interfere with making adult legal and medical decisions. Senator Adams says the bill can finally end potential jeopardy.
By closing the remaining loopholes and ensuring that our laws are clear, enforceable, and centered on the safety and dignity of our minors.
Reporting from the state capitol in Frankfort, I'm Charles Baglin.
Senate Bill 56 passed in committee and now heads to the full Senate for consideration. Reporting for the Hometown Radio Network, I'm Joe Mathis.
This morning's local news was a service of Stewart Powell Ford Mazda on the bypass in Danville and online at stewartpowell.com.
Listen to WHIR online at hometownlive.net, powered by Kentucky, YMAX.com.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now, there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. And you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by...
All right, Little Rayleigh Joe coming your way, courtesy of our friends over at the Little Sign Shop. Our new owners and operators offering all types of quality signs at affordable prices, many within 24 hours. They're in Danville, where 2nd and 4th Streets meet. Call them 859-238-7391. Cloudy skies, rain showers are likely. A high today of 68, low tonight of 57. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy, high of 72. Thursday, chance of rain showers and thunderstorms, and those will be likely in the afternoon, and a high Thursday of 74. It's 7:12 in the morning right now. It's 51 degrees, Tuesday, the 3rd day of March, and we welcome onto the show our state rep. His name is Daniel Elliott. Good morning, Daniel. How are you?
Hey, Joe. I'm doing great. How are you?
Doing great, Daniel. I'm doing great. I'm reading about Daniel Elliott in the news right now. Do you know what I'm reading about? Do you know exactly what it is?
I do, probably.
Yeah, we read about House Bill 468, Daniel, and I'm reading a headline from the Herald Leader. I'm reading WKYT's recap of House Bill 468, filed by Daniel Elliott, which proposes moving judgments currently handled by the Human Rights Commission to courts, where jury trials would be available. The Lexington Human Rights Commission now opposing your bill. Daniel, tell us about House Bill 468 and what stage it's in and why you think it's important.
It has passed the committee, Joe, and it actually passed on a unanimous vote in the committee, which you might not be able to tell by those headlines that you're reading, but it would remove the adjudicative function of the Human Rights Commission. It would allow them to continue to investigate claims and allow claims to be filed. But if they're unable to be resolved with the Human Rights Commission, then the person who filed the complaint would then, of course, either have to file that complaint in court, or the Human Rights Commission could file the complaint in court on behalf of the person complaining.
Okay.
We're working on an amendment, so I think it will get better for those opponents who think that this is somehow going to maybe disenfranchise, or not disenfranchise, but disproportionately affect people who can't afford to go to court. And I think that's an argument that I don't completely discount. But, you know, when we were doing this research as to whether or not to do this, we determined that most of the members of the Human Rights Commission are not attorneys. And yet, you know, they're being called on to determine, legal questions about the Kentucky Civil Rights Act and whether discrimination occurred. and so it seemed to me to be a little disjointed. And, ultimately, if you don't agree with a finding of the Human Rights Commission, you can appeal that to court anyway. So it seemed to me that, it wouldn't be the end of the world to send those cases to court if there wasn't a resolution within the Human Rights Commission.
Yeah. Let me ask you this, Daniel. Just kind of a basic thing. What does the Human Rights Commission do? What's their role?
Yeah, so they adjudicate complaints based upon employment, housing, and discrimination under the Kentucky Civil Rights Act, which is a fairly broad act. So if and then of course in those there are local human rights commissions that are also able to investigate in those cities that have human rights commissions in place. They're able to investigate those complaints alleging that local ordinances, in addition to the Civil Rights Act, employment discrimination, housing discrimination, all of those things that someone may allege has occurred to them, on the basis of race, sex, age. There's several categories of that are protected. You're able to file a complaint, and then they're able to initiate a process to determine whether or not it occurred or not.
Okay. All right. So what was it, Daniel, that made you led you to file this bill? Was it just conversations with people, or were you doing your own investigating and say, wait a minute, this doesn't look right?
Well, we did some research, asked the Human Rights Commission to provide some information related to the cases that the complaints that have been filed over the years, and we found that about basically 2 or 3 cases a year are actually adjudicated. So the vast majority of the cases filed are either dismissed for no cause, there was no finding of probable cause to go forward that a violation of the act occurred, or it was resolved. They were able to resolve it through, investigation and their process. So it didn't seem that if you've shifted 2 or 3 cases over to the court system, that would be, really altering a lot of what was being done within the Human Rights Commission.
Yeah, with Bull and Casey County State Rep Daniel Elliott again talking about House Bill 468, which, Daniel, I think what you said at the beginning of this conversation was a good point. Despite the headlines that you're reading, this thing did pass unanimously in the committee?
It did, and the other part of it that's not talked about at all is that it updated the Kentucky Civil Rights Act to include the ADA amendments of 2008.
Okay.
To conform with federal law. And I don't think anybody really is opposed to that, adopting the federal standard for the Americans with Disabilities Act.
Yeah, so we'll see how this goes. It getting passed to House Committee and now heads to the full House for consideration. Real quickly, Daniel, what did you all pass yesterday on the House floor?
So we had the machine gun conversion bill, several no's on that, Joe. We had a bill that would require animal control officers to receive training in identifying child abuse. And then we had 6 bills overall, but no, we don't have time to talk about them all. Another one was a bill that would allow those tow truck drivers and those who drive wreckers to put a green light on the top of their vehicle.
Okay. What's the significance behind the green light? Just better visuals for people to see them on the side of the road?
Exactly. The sponsor had a couple of constituents injured or killed hit on the road. He actually wanted a blue light, and that couldn't get support to pass. So he wound up amending it to a green light. So I think that's the theory behind it, Joe, is that now that will be more visible than a yellow light or what you see now. That a green light might hopefully get people's attention to slow down or move over a lane when they see it.
Well, in Casey County State Rep Daniel Elliott. Daniel, what time do you all gavel in today?
2 o'clock.
All righty, there you go. Daniel, appreciate you being on. Safe travels to Frankfort. We'll talk to you again tomorrow morning, okay?
Thanks, Joe.
All right, Daniel, you
Bye-bye.
too. Bye. That's Boyle and Casey County State Rep Daniel Elliott. 7:21 in the morning. 51 degrees in Danville. It is March the 3rd. And Brian Britt, Boyle County girls basketball coach, is coming up after sports.
Hey, this is Jack Mathis. I love sports. And this is Sport with the Big Daddy, Steve Bochum. Brought to you by Stuart Powell Mazda.
It's all about you and Stuart Powell.
Fred Sizemore, General Manager at Stuart Powell Ford Mazda. We are the #1 volume retail dealer in Central Kentucky and the fastest growing Mazda dealer in the state of Kentucky. Our people make a difference and we make it easy. Stop by and see for yourself how car buying should be. 225 South Danville Bypass or online at StewartPowell.com.
Because we know how. It's an easy thing to do in Danville. Stuart Powell Ford Mazda.
Hello, Central Kentucky. I'm Steve Bertram with sports. Unranked Kentucky tries to extend its winning streak to 3 when they visit Texas A&M tonight. The Cats are 10-6 in conference play, while the Aggies have fallen to 9-7 after starting the SEC on fire, winning 7 out of their first 8 games. A&M is a slight favorite tonight, although UK has played a much stronger schedule. Our pregame shows begin at 5:30 this evening. Tip-offs at 7 o'clock for Kentucky at Texas A&M on Z105. The girls' 12th region tournament got underway last night. Two-time defending champion Danville Christian Academy was eliminated last night by Rockcastle County 68-56 in a game heard on hometown radio. West Jessamine downed Wayne County 64-49 in the first game. Hometown Radio has 2 games for you tonight in the girls' 12th region action at Lincoln County High School. In the first game, Mercer County meets Southwestern at 6:30 on WHBN FM 99.5. In the nightcap around 8:15, Boyle County tackles Pulaski County on WHIR FM 103.9. Both games stream live at hometownlive.net. The boys' 12th region tournament begins tomorrow night at Pulaski County High. Boyle County faces Somerset at 6:30 Wednesday night on Z105. That's followed by West Jessamine against Somerset Christian. Thursday night at 6:30, it's Rockcastle County versus Southwestern, followed by Danville Christian versus East Jessamine. That one's on Z105. The latest AP men's top 25 poll shows Kentucky and Louisville tied for 27th in the country, not in the top 25. Duke's again number 1, followed by Arizona, Michigan, Yukon, and Florida in the top 5. Vanderbilt moved up 1 spot to 24th, despite being blown out at Kentucky 91-77. In the women's top 25, both Kentucky and Louisville dropped this week. U of L down to 12th and UK to 17th. Undefeated UConn remains number 1, followed by UCLA, South Carolina, Texas, and Vanderbilt. That's sports. God bless America. I'm Steve Bertram on the Hometown Radio Network.
I remember growing up as a kid, no one liked going to town like I did. We always had to stop at Burke's Bakery, me and Dad. The smell of the bread and the home-baked pies put a big hunger in this little boy's eyes. Old-fashioned goodness and hospitality. Burke's Bakery.
Main Street across from Constitution Square, Danville. resetting your password, unsubscribing from emails, printing anything. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your business doesn't have to be one of them, so you can get back to more important things, like learning how that printer works. That's simple human sense.
Ask Dexter and Reitmeyer Insurance Agency in Danville if auto owners make sense for you. Call me, Mark Dexter, or Chris Reitmeyer at 236-6686.
In the heart of Harrodsburg, Kentucky, Mercer Stone Company is shaping driveways and dreams. Supplying quality stone with local dedication, these folks know a thing or two about building from the ground up. With friendly service and a commitment to getting your project done right, you'll find the materials and know-how you need. And lay the foundation for your next great project with Mercer Stone Company today. We will rock you.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by...
All right, Little Rayleigh, appreciate that. Coming your way courtesy of our friends hanging out over at Morning Point in Danville, offering a state-of-the-art assisted living community and giving residents a better quality of life. Get information on Facebook at Morning Point of Danville. Rain showers are likely, mostly cloudy, high of 68 and a low tonight of 57. Tomorrow, 50-50 chance of showers, mostly cloudy, 72 is the high. Thursday, showers likely, possibly a thunderstorm in the afternoon, mostly cloudy, high of 74. Right now it's 7:27 in the morning. It's 51 degrees on Tuesday, the 3rd day of March, and Boyle County Lady Rebel basketball coach Brian Britt joins us this morning on the Joe Show. Good morning, Coach. How are you?
I'm doing good, Joe. How you doing?
Doing great, Coach. Doing great. Appreciate you being on here this morning. The 12th Region Girls Basketball Tournament got started yesterday. We saw a West Jessamine win over Wayne County. We saw a crazy DCA Rockcastle County game that ended up being a Rockcastle County 14-point win, though it doesn't show exactly how tight that game got in the second half between those two, Coach. It comes this time of year. It doesn't matter how you win, does it? Just as long as you score one more point than the other team and you move on.
That is correct. I say, and even that Wayne County game. I mean, Wayne County was up in the first quarter.
Yeah.
I think down 3 at halftime. So, I mean, it's March Madness. They call it March Madness for a reason. And Clifford Berry, to me, I think he has done a phenomenal job over at DCA. He was my vote for Coach of the Year, and I just. He's done a fantastic job. Even once he had the injury to the 7-footer, he did a phenomenal job of making sure that they were able to compete. Biggest thing for that game was once Mari went out of the game, that was the difference maker. So, but yeah, that's why they call it March Madness. And everybody was talking about the draw, and oh gosh, it doesn't matter who you get. Everybody is there because they've won and they belong there. So. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah, now you got Pulaski County. You said people were asking about the draw. This is a Pulaski County team, Coach, that has the second most wins in the 12th region, only behind the Boyle County Lady Rebels. They are the highest scoring team in the 12th region as well. They had won 11 straight before Rockcastle County knocked them off in the district championship game. It looks like, from what I'm seeing, Coach, and I'm going to learn a little bit more about Pulaski County by asking you, because I'm calling the game tonight, so I need as much information as possible. But it looks like a Pulaski County team that plays a ton of players. 9 or 10 different girls could play in this game tonight for them.
Yeah, they do. I think that we're probably the two most similar teams in the region. Comparable, like physicality wise, I think they're a very physical team. I think they can go 8 or 9 deep. We've gone 8 or 9 deep all year as well. So I think comparable to our Boyle County team. With the region, I think that they are, we're the two teams that are very similar. It's going to all depend on, who can adjust to 11th region officials, how the game's being called, and who can adjust the quickest to that, because we're not used to that region's officials. But I mean, all in all, a lot of people, listening to different platforms, everybody talks about, Rockcastle and Southwestern and Pulaski, they've played this and that team. And yes, have we, as far as Boyle, when I set this schedule, we had 10 teams. We had 10 teams in the top 30. and all the way up to 15. And, by the time we got to them, or like Cumberland County got canceled due to weather, but by the time we got to them, they may not have been ranked what they were preseason ranked. And, we played great competition, played the number 10 team in Florida, and got beat by 4. So, I think my girls are battle-tested. I think that they've seen many situations. There was another team in Florida that, we're down 17 in the third quarter. And all of a sudden we fought back to win that game. So, there's a lot of situations that's taken place throughout the season that gives my girls that they are battle-tested. The biggest thing and the biggest surprise for me is the fact that, how we're beating teams. And I agree with the critics and those out there, like, we haven't had a close game in a while. And that is surprising to me, and that goes to show the detail and the effort and the improvements that this team has made, is the fact that I would have never dreamed that we're going to beat DCA by 3 times by 20 plus. I would have never dreamed we're going to beat the Lincoln counties. We have played well, and our girls have responded. And Addison Yates, she's starting to get face guarded here toward the end of the season, but she hasn't lost her way and tried to force things. She's played within herself, within the game, and still played great team basketball. You got Kinsley Lefew still averaging that double-double and such a workhorse on both ends of the floor. Maggie Burke, general, again, we go as she goes, and she's done a phenomenal job. She's the best point guard in our region. I've been saying that for 2 years, regardless of what people think, because maybe she doesn't have the points that people look at. But she does every single thing else, and she doesn't even take that many shots, which is the reason for her lack of points. But all the way down to Ellery Taylor's athletic ability, Reagan Britt being our defensive specialist, and Ashlyn Young, being a huge force who could probably start for several teams, any other team in our region. Yeah. And Jaron Smith doing a phenomenal job coming off the bench for us as well, being on both defense and knocking down shots for us. So, we've put together a great season. I think these girls and they've made history from regular season to district, but I think they're still hungry. And that's the thing that I love about this team, is that they're still paying attention to detail and still hungry.
Boyle County, Pulaski County tonight. It's an 8:15 tip-off, Coach. What's the keys to a Lady Rebel victory tonight to move on to the region semifinals, which would be on Friday evening?
There's 3 things, and that's just it. That's what I love about having this team, is that nothing has changed for us since the beginning of the year. We've got 3 things. Can we play defense like we're supposed to? And that's a non-negotiable. The other thing is, can we value the basketball? Not just in regular season, but postseason. Very important to value the basketball and limit turnovers. The third thing is rebound. We got to rebound. We want to win the rebounding category on both the defensive and offensive end. If we can do those 3 things, and those are 3 things that are very that are very important for Pulaski to score. If we can get Pulaski in a half-court game, we feel pretty confident and pretty comfortable, but we can't allow them to get easy points off turnovers, and we can't allow them to get easy points off offensive rebounds.
Boyle County Lady Rebel head coach Brian Brett. Again, we mentioned Pulaski County, highest scoring team of the 12th region. And in terms of defense, Boyle County, the best defensive team in the 12th region. You've not given up 50 points in a game, Coach, in your last, looks like 12 games that you played head-to-head with opponents. So it's going to be a fun one tonight. Boyle and Pulaski County, 8:15 tip-off on our sister right here tonight. Get my stations right.
That's right
here.
That's right.
On 103.9 FM WHIR. Coach, we appreciate you being on, and we'll see you tonight, okay?
Thank you, as always, Joe. Look forward to
it. Bye. That's Boyle County Lady Rebel head coach Brian Britt. Yeah, no, typically basketball games would be on Z105, but we can't have a basketball game on Z105 tonight because a basketball game's on Z105 tonight. UK's taking on Texas A&M. And I'd mentioned last hour, we've got 3 games on 3 different stations tonight. Mercer County Southwestern, 6:30. UK and Texas A&M is tonight on Z105. You got Boyle-Pulaski County tonight on WHIR. It's a busy night of basketball here on the Hometown Radio Network. 859-238-WHIR is your phone number to call in this morning. That's 238-9447. And we are coming back after this for the County Agents Corner, brought to you by Bluegrass South Livestock Market. Caitlin Farley giving us a call in next.
So you want to be a recycling hero in Danville with curbside pickup or impress the fine folks at Boyle County Recycling Center? Pay attention, because it's a little more than just breathing air and tossing your stuff in the bin. Only plastics marked with numbers 1 and 2 make the cut. Got it? Great. And don't just toss in goo-covered spaghetti jars or soda cans. Rinse those bad boys. Gotta be squeaky clean, shiny happy, bone dry. Bonus tip, this also applies to your metal cans, whether they're steel, tin, or aluminum. Seriously, don't mix in that oil-stained tin foil hat. Got a hoarding problem with cardboard, catalogs, and magazines that rival a library? Set them free to reincarnate. Cereal boxes, office paper, they're all up for this new spiritual paper journey. And listen up, confetti enthusiasts, bag that shredded paper. Sorry, folks. Glass is not welcome to the recyclables party, but hey, give yourself a high five for recycling right.
Boyle County's our home, so let's keep it clean.
Hi, I'm Alan Martin, branch manager at Community Trust Bank. Community Trust Bank has supported communities that we call home since 1903. With locations in Boyle and Mercer counties, Community Trust Bank is a full-service bank dedicated to helping you meet your lending needs and financial goals. Please stop by and see me at our Danville main office located at 462 West Main Street. Community Trust Bank, building communities built on trust. Member FDIC, equal housing lender, loan subject to credit approval.
The Boyle County Health Department, preventative care for a better future. Do you have a child under 5 years of age? Are you pregnant or breastfeeding? You may qualify for Kentucky WHIR program, supplemental foods, nutrition education, and health care referrals. WHIR improves the lives of pregnant women, postpartum women, breastfeeding women, infants, and children up to 5 years of age. Please contact the Boyle County Health Department at 859-236-2053. Also visit ky.gov for information regarding the Kentucky WHIR program. This institution is an equal opportunity provider.
Hey, it's Joe Pags. Make plans to join us for the show. We're bringing the top news stories that are affecting you, the top stories from social media, pop culture stories, could be in sports. Maybe we'll sing a song or two or three or make fun of somebody that you want us to make fun of. That plus, of course, a big part of the program is you calling in. Look, we can agree, we can debate, we can yell at each other, we can sing a song together. We do it all right here on the Joe Pags Show, Monday through Friday from 6 to 9 on WHIR AM 1230 and online at hometownlive.net.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by...
All right, thank you there, Rayleigh. Coming your way, brought to you by our friends, a Good Neighbor Pharmacy in Danville, featuring convenience, stay in your car drive-thru. Complete diabetes shop, Monday through Friday, 9 to 7, Saturday, 9 to 5. Good Neighbor Pharmacy in Danville, behind Cracker Barrel. Showers are likely, mostly cloudy, 68 and 57 is the high and low. 50-50 chance of rain showers tomorrow, mostly cloudy and 72. Thursday, showers are likely, mostly cloudy, 74. Friday, sunny and 78. Right now, 7:39 in the morning and 52 degrees. And Caitlin Farley joins us on the County Agents Corner. Good morning, Caitlin. How are you?
I'm kind of tired this morning, but I'm doing good. How are you?
Same thing. Same thing. The coffee is doing wonders, though, Caitlin.
Yes.
Yeah, so glad to have you on. Appreciate you calling us this morning, giving us the County Agents Report. It is brought to you by our friends in Lincoln County at Bluegrass South Livestock Market.
Get the top price for your livestock. Take them to the Bluegrass South Livestock Market, where they have drop-off hours to fit the busy farmer's needs. Selling your livestock a profitable and a pleasant experience. Save the hassle of a long haul. Sell your livestock at the Bluegrass South Livestock Market, 277 Courtier Road in Stanford. Call Bluegrass South Livestock Market at 606-365-0665. Bluegrass South Livestock Market in Stanford.
And here's Caitlin Farley.
Hey, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the County Agents Corner. That's brought to you by the Boyle, Mercer, Garrett, and Lincoln County, UK Cooperative Extension Offices. This is Caitlin Farley, Boyle County Horticulture Agent, and let's get started. Spring is right around the corner, and you might be itching to give your lawn a little TLC. While many people think it's spring, better grab the fertilizer, the truth is that the very best time to boost lawn health is actually in the fall. That's when conditions are prime for the grass to build strong roots. However, one of the most important and often overlooked spring lawn care practices is applying a pre-emergence herbicide. If you want a thick, healthy lawn this summer, stop weeds before they even get started. If you wait until you can see them sprouting up, you're already fighting an uphill battle. Post-emergence herbicides, which you can spray onto actually growing weeds later, can be more expensive and less effective. By applying a pre-emergent herbicide now, you'll knock out those weed seeds before they even sprout, saving you time, energy, and money down the road. The best time to apply is when the soil temperature is at 2-inch deep, average between 50 to 55 degrees for about 5 consecutive days. You can check soil temperatures online through the resources like Kentucky Mesonet or using a simple soil thermometer. If you're not into checking soil temperatures, another trick is to watch for Cynthia to bloom. When those bright yellow flowers are in full bloom, it's usually a good sign it's time to apply. In Kentucky, that typically happens in March to early April. For the best results, many lawn care professionals recommend a 2-application approach. First should be made when soil temperatures indicate it's time, and then the second is about 6 to 8 weeks later to extend the protection throughout the season. And that is all for your County Agent's Corner. This is Caitlin Farley, Boyle County Horticulture Agent. Thank you for tuning in.
There you go. Caitlin Farley, County Agent's Corner, brought to you by Bluegrass South Livestock Market. Now, Caitlin, before you go, some random facts you may not know, but I want you to know, so I'm going to let you know. Caitlin, are you ready?
Let's hear it.
All right, here we go, Caitlin. Fact number 1. According to a 2025 study, humans have visually documented about 1,470 square miles of the deep ocean floor. Seems like a lot, but that is 1/1000th of 1%. It's a a little larger than the size of Rhode Island of what we've documented.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Number 2, baby elephants suck their trunks for comfort, just as a human baby would suck its thumb for comfort.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, just suck it on a trunk. A little baby elephant. Number 3, South Africa did not have a television service until 1976. Now, it's unclear what programs were the first to air, but 1976 was just in time for the premiere of Charlie's Angels. So maybe they were watching Charlie's Angels in South Africa.
Yeah, you never know.
Never know. Number 4, the first webcam was invented in 1991. And it was because computer science researchers at the University of Cambridge just wanted to see if there was coffee in the break room. So they set up a camera. They didn't have to get up and check every time. You just look at the webcam. Oh, there's coffee. Let me go get some more.
That's a little lazy.
Yeah. And number 5, tigers are nearly invisible to their prey who see orange as green. Tigers are orange because mammals can't produce green fur. And orange is the next best thing. I didn't realize that mammals can't produce green fur.
Yeah,
I mean, I guess it makes sense, but I never gave it thought at all.
Yeah, that's something you just never really think about, I guess.
I mean, there are no green mammals, so therefore they can't produce green fur. That might be the coolest part of the facts that we gave today, and it wasn't even intended to be really the fact part. They said that like that's common knowledge. Mammals can't produce green fur. Makes sense, but I never thought about it until that. There you go. Caitlin, appreciate you being on, and we'll talk to you again on Thursday morning, okay?
Sounds great. Thank you.
You too. Bye.
Bye.
Caitlin Farley, County Agent's Corner, brought to you by Bluegrass South Livestock Market. Hey, what do you know? 7:44 in the morning, and we'll see what's going on out west in Hollywood. The Showbiz segment's coming up next. By the way, Dusty texted me. Dusty is out for it today. He won't be in, so no Kentucky Music Preview segment today.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now, there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team. Build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free, and you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Hello, Central Kentucky. I'm Steve Bertram with sports. Unranked Kentucky tries to extend its winning streak to 3 when they visit Texas A&M tonight. The Cats are 10-6 in conference play, while the Aggies have fallen to 9-7 after starting the SEC on fire, winning 7 out of their first 8 games. A&M is a slight favorite tonight, although UK has played a much stronger schedule. Our pregame shows begin at 5:30 this evening. Tip-offs at 7 o'clock for Kentucky at Texas A&M on Z105. The girls' 12th region tournament got underway last night. Two-time defending champion Danville Christian Academy was eliminated last night by Rockcastle County 68-56 in a game heard on hometown radio. West Jessamine downed Wayne County 64-49 in the first game. Hometown Radio has 2 games for you tonight in the girls' 12th region action at Lincoln County High School. In the first game, Mercer County meets Southwestern at 6:30 on WHBN FM 99.5. In the nightcap around 8:15, Boyle County tackles Pulaski County on WHIR FM 103.9. Both games stream live at hometownlive.net. The boys' 12th region tournament begins tomorrow night at Pulaski County High. Boyle County faces Somerset at 6:30 Wednesday night on Z105. That's followed by West Jessamine against Somerset Christian. Thursday night at 6:30, it's Rockcastle County versus Southwestern, followed by Danville Christian versus East Jessamine. That one's on Z105. The latest AP men's top 25 poll shows Kentucky and Louisville tied for 27th in the country, not in the top 25. Duke's again number 1, followed by Arizona, Michigan, UConn, and Florida in the top 5. Vanderbilt moved up 1 spot to 24th, despite being blown out at Kentucky 91-77. In the women's top 25, both Kentucky and Louisville dropped this week. U of L down to 12th and UK to 17th. Undefeated UConn remains number 1, followed by UCLA, South Carolina, Texas, and Vanderbilt. That's sports. God bless America. I'm Steve Bertram on the Hometown Radio Network.
Ready to remodel your home with new kitchen, bath, or lighting, but costs are holding you back? Good news. The Big Deal Store and HometownLive.net can help you get started with your remodeling dreams. You can now save money on gift certificates to Lux 218 in Danville. You're a new headquarters for luxury remodeling for less. They have a wonderful showroom of ideas to kickstart your home remodeling job this year. Don't let price hold you back. Get true luxury for less at Lux 218 and then get extra savings by buying gift certificates at the Big Deal Store. You can get $100 for half price when you buy 5 or more. So get $1,000 for just $500. For all the details, visit The Big Deal Store and hometownlive.net. Remodeling just got easier and so much more affordable when you team up with Lux 218 and The Big Deal Store.
Lawson's Tractor 2, your local Kubota equipment dealer, wants to help you deliver a job done right. That's why they want you to know that the new Kubota inventory is arriving daily. You have work to do. They have the reliability and durability and versatile lineup to help you do it all. Visit Lawson's Tractor 2 today for all your equipment needs. Lawson's Tractor 2, 4 miles south of Danville on Highway 127, open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and Saturday, 8 to noon. Lawson's Tractor 2.
What is it that makes parents continue to choose Danville Christian Academy for their kids' education?
Hi, my name is Amy. What I love most about DCA is that my children can go to school and worship God each and every single day.
Hello, my name is Jenna, and what I love most about DCA is that my kids are learning their true identity in Christ.
Hi, my name is Brittany, and I love DCA because my kids get a quality education that is Christ-centered.
You can find out firsthand why parents are choosing Danville Christian Academy. Enrolling now for preschool through 12th grade.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by...
All right there, little Rayleigh Joe. Appreciate that. Brought to you by our friends hanging out over at our Good Neighbor Pharmacy in Danville, featuring convenience, stay in your car, drive-through, and complete diabetes shop. Monday through Friday, 9 to 7, Saturdays, 9 to 5. Good Neighbor Pharmacy in Danville, behind Cracker Barrel. Okay, we're looking at rain showers that are likely mainly between 8 and noon. And a high today, 68, low of 57. Tomorrow, cloudy and 72 is the high. Thursday, chance of showers and thunderstorms, possibly from 1 to 4. A high of 74 tomorrow. Friday, mostly sunny and a high of 78. Right now, it's 7:51, 52 degrees here in Danville, Tuesday, March the 3rd, as we hop a plane and head out west and see what's going on in Hollywood. The Showbiz segment. The world of weird. Those people so rich and famous, they're disassociated with reality. A good rule of thumb, if a celebrity does it, says it, or thinks it, you should probably do say and think the opposite. Here we go. Daniel Radcliffe is a self-proclaimed fitness freak these days, but he used to just run on coffee and cigarettes all day. Now it's just coffee. In an interview with WSJ Magazine, he says, quote, I do weights, circuit training, cardio. I don't look like a person who would be a fitness freak, but I'm pretty intense about it. I feel like I'm a cliche of a former alcoholic or anyone who had any kind of addictive personality and then switched that addiction to being about the gym. Daniel also added that he's really into fantasy football. His Monday mornings are spent consoling himself based on how bad Sunday's games were. Elsewhere in the interview, he shared a piece of important advice. Quote, my dad would always say, when you meet people, get your hand out first to shake their hand because it shows keenness. I'm a compulsive handshaker. When you grow up as a child actor, people always assume you're going to be a jerk. So I think I've always wanted to dispel the notion of that as quickly as possible. Hey, a few months ago, it was reported that Kristen Bell, Idina Menzel, and Josh Gad were getting $60 million each for the next 2 Frozen movies. Kristen says, no, that's not true. Quote, didn't it sound absurd when you read it? When I read it, I was like, whoa, what? She adds, quote, that's somebody making a lot of things up. But that said, am I happy to have that job, and does it pay very well because it's a successful franchise? Yes, and I'm so grateful for it, and I will continue to do it for the rest of my life if they'll have me. Kristen did not say how much they're actually getting, and even if it's not $60 million, you still know it's a ton of money. And Cardi B doesn't want her fans fighting at her shows, not because she cares about her well-being, but because when they throw down in front of her, she can't concentrate. During a recent show, she told the crowd, quote, ladies and gentlemen, please don't fight, because when y'all fight, I'm nosy. I want to see it. And that distracts me from my performance, and then I mess up. And then I'm all over the internet messing up my moves because I want to see the fight. Then she told them that if they want to fight, they should do it after the show. Cardi B doesn't want her fans to fight because it distracts her, she says. Kristen Bell was not paid $60 million for the next 2 Frozen movies. And Daniel Radcliffe used to function on just coffee and cigarettes. That's what's going on out west in Hollywood. The Showbiz segment, the world of weird. So Daniel Radcliffe talked about how he is used to be a coffee drinker and cigarette smoker. Now he is just a coffee drinker. I'm a coffee drinker as well. Just talking with Caitlin Farley, I said, hey, I'm tired too, but a cup of coffee is making this morning go. And if you are not a coffee drinker, this will not compute. But for the rest of us, you are totally going to understand what I'm talking about. A new poll was asked of almost basically all coffee drinkers, and they almost all agree that coffee helps them get through the day. 93% said it provides at least some of that motivation to get through the day. Some of us even go to bed thinking about coffee. 47% said they're motivated to go to bed earlier just to make room for their coffee routine the next morning. Here are a few fresh stats on America's coffee drinking habits. How much do we love coffee? Number 1, a good cup of coffee can make your whole day feel easier. Yes or no? 79% of people agreed, yes, a good cup of coffee, just a simple good cup of coffee, can make your whole day feel easier. Number 2, a stat shows we dedicate 16 minutes to coffee per day on average. I'm shocked it's that little, considering how much we drink coffee throughout the day. It's not just a morning thing. But this routine says 6 minutes of making or buying coffee plus 10 minutes spent sipping coffee. It's more time than we spend showering, that's 11 minutes, or eating breakfast, 9 minutes. We dedicate more time to coffee than we do for showering or breakfast. Number 3, we'll lean on it even more when we spring forward next week. 28% said that they'll drink more coffee after daylight saving time starts on Sunday, which makes sense. We are, jumping ahead and losing an hour of sleep. Number 4, only 15% will skip coffee if they're running late next Monday. We're more likely to skip making our bed, skip breakfast, or even skip packing a lunch than we are skipping coffee. And I get it. I totally get it. I woke up this morning, and I have had on my mind for the last really 3 or 4 work days, since like last Thursday, I've got to go to the store and buy coffee. I'm out of coffee here. And I keep on forgetting. I've been at the store twice in that time frame and still forget. And I can't just take the coffee from home because then Rebecca wouldn't have any coffee. So I've stopped by the gas station last couple of days before work and bought a cup of coffee. Number 5, we'd rather be late for work than not have coffee. Half said that they'd rather show up a few minutes late with caffeine coursing through their veins than the opposite. And number 6, ideally, we've had at least 2 cups of coffee by 11 o'clock in the morning. 2/3 said their first cup should happen before 8. The average person needs that second cup at 10:42 in the morning. Yeah, we love our coffee. 93% of coffee drinkers say that coffee helps them get through their workday. For the other 7%, my question is, why are you even drinking it? Because it ain't for the taste. I mean, it tastes okay, but why else are you drinking if it's not helping you get through the day? 93% of us say, yeah, helps us get through the day. Let's go to Melton's Deli in Danville, where we've already got caffeine coursing through our veins, as it's so delicately said in that little write-up on coffee. We don't need coffee by the time we're eating Melton's Deli at about 12:30 or 1 o'clock this afternoon. Let's go with the Hot Mammy for lunch today. It's number 3 on the Melton's Deli menu. Lean roast beef, melted cheddar cheese, lettuce, tomatoes, onions, spicy mustard, and the famous Dijon horseradish sauce, served on a toasted onion bun. The Hot Mammy. Number 3 on the Melton's Deli menu, 247 East Main, 995 Ben Ally Drive. Tell them you heard them this morning on the Joe Show, and you won't get any discount or anything, but it'll make us feel real good about ourselves because it means you heard us on the radio. The Hot Mammy is your sandwich of the day. We're 60 seconds away from top hour news right here on the Joe Show.
Hi, Don here, your small business marketing expert. Are you running a business and want to generate more store traffic or build a bigger client base? Did you know that radio is the call to action medium? Radio allows you to target consumers you want to reach for the right price. Also, radio is everywhere. Radio is the only media to reach people at home cooking dinner, at work, and at play. You might say we get around. And most important, reaches customers in car when they're driving to stores, restaurants, and shopping. Also, radio is less expensive than any other major media, allowing advertisers to afford maximum reach and frequency. In other words, you can run multiple ads with increased repetition, getting better results for less money. So, are you ready to find out more? Call us today.
Promote your business to thousands of potential customers every week. To learn more, go online to advertisecentralkentucky.com. That's advertisecentralkentucky.com.
This is the talk of the town, AM 1230, and now on FM 103.9, WHIR Danville, powered by Kentucky WiMAX.
It's 8 o'clock.
NBC News Radio, I'm Michael Kastner. Congress is set to get a briefing from the Trump administration today, days after the U.S. and Israel launched a massive attack on Iran. The attacks continue, and retaliatory strikes from Iran have spilled over into the wider Middle East. The timeline for the operation remains uncertain, as the president explained yesterday.
Already substantially ahead of our time projections, but whatever the time is, it's okay. Whatever it takes, we will always, and we have right from the beginning, we projected 4 to 5 weeks, but we have capability to go far longer than that.
6 American service members have died in the operation so far. Oil shipping is almost ground to a halt through the Strait of Hormuz as Iran threatens to attack any tanker that tries to pass through the critical energy corridor. Tony Waterman reports the situation is already driving up energy costs.
Gas prices in the U.S. are already rising, closing in on $3 a gallon, threatening to worsen an affordability crisis, which is a top issue for voters heading into the midterm elections.
About 1/5 of the world's oil typically moves through the strait. It's not clear when Iranian officials will pick a new supreme leader. Benjamin Rad is an Iranian expert at UCLA. He says there's not a clear successor to Ayatollah Ali Khamenei.
And he himself, the process by which he became supreme leader was very controversial back in 1989. But the point being here is that, he was the last of the founding fathers, if you will, of the Islamic Revolution. There's no one else left from that group.
He says there is a constitutional process that's supposed to be used to select the new supreme leader. However, Professor Rad does not see any front runners. On Wall Street, Dow futures dropped 900 points as traders fear the U.S.-Iran conflict could drag on. Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
Do you have an invention idea but don't know what to do next? Call InventHelp today. We have representatives nationwide who will explain the InventHelp process step by step. Over 10,000 patents have been secured through InventHelp's patent referral services. The InventHelp databank includes thousands of companies who have agreed to review new ideas. We've been helping inventors since 1984. Let's help you next. Get started today.
Call us for free information at 1-800-558-5497. Again, 1-800-558-5497.
Whether it's from alcohol, prescription drugs, or over-the-counter medications, impaired is impaired. And when your medication label says, do not operate heavy machinery, that doesn't just mean a backhoe or a forklift. It also includes driving a car. So please, plan a safe and sober ride. Drive sober or get pulled over. A message from Team Kentucky and the Kentucky Office of Highway Safety.
A Jeffrey Epstein Walk of Shame display has appeared near the White House. Tammy Trujillo with details.
The display is a play on the famous Hollywood Walk of Fame, with stickers of stars displaying names that appear in the Epstein case files released by the Department of Justice. Some of the names include Ghislaine Maxwell, Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick, the former Prince Andrew, and former President Bill Clinton. It's not clear who's behind the display. Late last year, a statue depicting President Trump and Epstein holding hands repeatedly popped up in Washington, D.C.
Americans aren't turning to elected leaders in Washington to solve the biggest problem of the day. Many think they are the problem. More from Rory O'Neill.
President Ronald Reagan said it 45 years ago at his first inauguration.
Government is not the solution to our problem. Government is the problem.
New Gallup polling finds the sentiment is still shared today. 29% say government or politics is the biggest problem facing the nation. Before 2016, that number hovered around 10%. Immigration and the economy were the two other big problems identified by voters in February.
Harry Styles' first concert for his new album will be streaming on Netflix. The news comes as Styles is set to drop his new album, Kiss All the Time, Disco Occasionally, on March 6th. He's also set to embark on a world tour where he'll play 30 nights at Madison Square Garden, along with shows in Amsterdam, London, Sao Paulo, Mexico City, Melbourne, and Sydney. Styles will perform the first concert in Manchester at the Co-op Arena. The concert streams on Netflix on March 8th at 3 p.m. Eastern. And Apple is unveiling the iPhone 17e as part of its new hardware rollout this week. It starts at $599 and will be available in stores next Wednesday, March 11th. Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
Ready to remodel your home with new kitchen, bath, or lighting, but costs are holding you back? Good news. The Big Deal Store and HometownLive.mat can help you get started with your remodeling dreams. You can now save money on gift certificates to Lux 218 in Danville. You're a new headquarters for luxury remodeling for less. They have a wonderful showroom of ideas to kickstart your home remodeling job this year. Don't let price hold you back. Get true luxury for less at Lux 218, and then get extra savings by buying gift certificates at the Big Deal Store. You can get $100 for half price when you buy 5 or more. So get $1,000 for just $500. For all the details, visit the Big Deal Store and HometownLive.mat. Remodeling just got easier and so much more affordable when you team up with Lux 218 and the Big Deal Store.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free, and you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Good morning to you. Tuesday, the 3rd day of March, and a cloudy day. Rain shower chances are possible through about noon today. 68 degrees is your high. Forecast comes your way. News comes up here now.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update.
Mercer County is making changes to its storm sirens. At the most recent Mercer County Fiscal Court meeting and Harrisburg City Commission meeting, Mercer County Emergency Management Director Brad Cox announced they were changing the storm siren protocol. Cox said he had heard from several groups and concerned citizens, and that from now on, the storm sirens in Mercer County will not go off for severe thunderstorm warnings, but only for tornado warnings or severe thunderstorms that are capable of producing destructive straight-line winds or strong rotation. Saying in Harrisburg, they've named their new interim fire chief. The Harrisburg Herald reports that at their last Harrisburg City Commission meeting, they named Austin Jackson as the interim fire chief. Jackson will replace Michael Cox, who resigned effective at the end of February. Jackson has a long history with the Harrisburg Fire Department, where he joined in 2010. The country's largest annual school archery tournament will descend on Kentucky in 2 weeks. More than 9,200 archers from 415 schools across the country will be in Kentucky on March 13th and 14th for the National Archery in the Schools Program State Bullseye Tournament. It's being held at the Kentucky Expo Center in Louisville and has been since 2016. Since then, it's grown into one of the largest state-level sporting competitions held anywhere. When is it too soon to tie the knot? Charles Baglin has details about a bill that will put an age requirement on getting married.
Kentucky statute holds that the minimum legal age to marry is 18. However, exceptions can be made for 17, with many instances of child brides in the state. Senate Bill 156 before the General Assembly in Frankfort would make 18 absolute. Senator Julie Rocky Adams of Louisville brings the measure.
This is just legislation designed to end child marriage in Kentucky once and for all.
Per Kentucky law, adult liberties begin at age 18. The right to vote, serve on jury duty, military enlistment, the age to enter legally binding contracts such as applying for a credit card. Testimony shared in the Senate Committee on Veterans, Military Affairs, and Public Protection cite instances where pregnancy and parental blessing might persuade a court to approve an underage marriage, but could still interfere with making adult legal and medical decisions. Senator Adams says the bill can finally end potential jeopardy.
By closing the remaining loopholes and ensuring that our laws are clear, enforceable, and centered on the safety and dignity of our minors.
Reporting from the state capitol in Frankfort, I'm Charles Baglin.
Senate Bill 56 passed in committee and now heads to the full Senate for consideration. Reporting for the Hometown Radio Network, I'm Joe Mathis.
Catch the best of Sean Hannity, Saturday mornings 10 to 1 on WHIR.
Hey folks, Willie Baker here, Baker Auctions and Real Estate, and we have an incredible lineup of spring auctions coming your way. We have the Gordon Farm. Now that's 72 acres in tracts located on Highway 198 in Houstonville. Now we're having that auction live on site with some online bidding available. That's on Tuesday, March the 10th at noon. Our spring consignment auction has been rescheduled for Thursday, March the 12th, live on site at Baker Auction Center with online bidding available. All these auctions and more can be found at bidbaker.com. And don't forget, get more for your acre. Call Willie Baker.
Danville's deal maker, Bob Allen.
Bob Allen GMC, we are professional grade. Save as much as $13,500 off MSRP on Bob Allen's selection of new GMC Sierra 1500 Denali Crew Cab 4x4s. Over 30 to choose from. Stock M26528, MSRP $73,885. Must have qualified trade. Bob Allen GMC on Maple Avenue in Danville, or shop online anytime at BobAllenMotorMall.com.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by...
All right, Little Rayleigh Joe coming your way courtesy of our friends over at Southern Heating and Cooling, keeping your home cozy with Southern Heating and Cooling, as your comfort is their priority. Veteran-owned, family-operated, and locally trusted. Go online, southernheatingcooling.com, or call 859-324-2770. Rain showers today, mainly between 8 and noon. 68's the high, 57 is the low. 50-50 chance of showers, mostly cloudy tomorrow. 72 is the high. Thursday, showers likely, high of 74. Friday, mostly sunny, and 78 is the high. It's 8:12 in the morning. It's 53 degrees on the third day of March, and we welcome onto the show Colleen from the Boyle County Public Library. Good morning, Colleen. How are you?
I'm well. Good morning, Joe. How are you?
I'm doing great, Colleen. Appreciate you being on here this morning and updating us on what's going on with the Boyle County Public Library. Colleen, tell us what's up this week.
Yep, there's always stuff going on over here.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to do some highlights because everything that we have is listed on the website and also on our Facebook page. So tonight we have from 6 to 8 library game night.
Okay.
With pizza, so come on out if you want to play some games and have some supper.
Cool.
Tomorrow, Wednesday, is the blood drive from 10:30 to 5:30. That's always well attended. And we also have the Stories of Downtown walking tour at 11, which starts at Grayson's Tavern.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah. Friday from 10 to 12, we have a quilt exhibit going on at Grayson's Tavern that's on all the time, but specifically because related to that, from 10 to 12 on Friday, they're doing a program called Stitch and Stories, where quilters are going to gather. So if you're a seasoned quilter or an aspiring quilter, you can go over and learn some things from your fellow quilters. And they are also making a community quilt, so you can go over there and pick up a kit that has a square ready for you to try to put together. I got one, so we'll see how that goes.
Nice. Awesome.
Yeah. On Saturday, we are celebrating the opening of the Frank X. Walker Festival here at the library at 2 o'clock with an opening in the gallery of the student work exhibit, which is a feature of the whole festival.
Okay. Cool.
And that evening at 6:30 on Saturday, ASD Friends and Allies are having a painting party here at the library.
Okay.
And then I wanted to just shout out two things that are upcoming. One is on March 28th. We're going to have an author hop from 11 to 1. It's local authors. There will be 8, I believe, authors who will do readings at the library, and then they're going to disperse to various locations around downtown to do meet and greet and sell books. So That's on March 28th. And then on the 11th of April, we have the next Literacy Bell coming up at 10 a.m. at Constitution Square, which celebrates children who've read their first book independently.
Nice. Love it. So come out, ring the literacy bell. Now, would you sign up for that, or would you have just the kids show up?
You can just show up. We prefer that you sign up because we make certificates for the kids.
Yeah.
And that way we can prepare them ahead of time. But if someone realizes they can show up and at the last minute, it's fine. We have extras and we can fill them out.
Okay.
Yeah, but you get to put your name in the book of names and ring the bell and get a certificate and a little package. So it's really fun.
There you go. You mentioned Frank X. Walker and the Literacy Festival. He's going to be at Danville High School tonight discussing and reading from his newest book, Loaded 9 Times, as a part of the America 250 celebration tonight. So that's cool to kind of have him obviously back in the area. He's from Danville High School graduate, and he'll be there tonight. So all kinds of great events and activities. I was counting the weeks, Colleen, 12 weeks from tomorrow.
Really? I lost count. Thank you for telling me.
12
weeks.
March the 4th tomorrow, and it's on May the 20th. It's a Wednesday, May 28th is the kickoff, right?
Yeah, I lost my...
Or May 27th. That's a Wednesday, May 27th.
my calendar, so I'm behind. But if you say so, then I believe you're right.
Good.
Yes, you're right. 27.
12 weeks from tomorrow. Whatever I say is the day it's picked. Well,
that's right.
We're going May 27th. So yeah, we're excited about it, and that'll be the summer reading kickoff on May 27th. And lots of great events, obviously, over the next week at the Boyle County Public Library. You can go to boylepublib.org, Boyle County Public Library on Facebook as well, or call 859-238-READ. 859-238-7323. Colleen, appreciate you being on. We'll talk to you again next Tuesday, okay?
Sounds great. Thanks, Joe.
You
Bye-bye.
too. Bye. That's Colleen with the Boyle County Public Library. Let's see what's going on in this morning's Sorta Sports Reports. Those headlines you may not get on your everyday sports. You get either via radio or television. Now, there's only going to be one story to talk about today, and it's about baseball. The Athletic has published the results of a fan survey that gauges what fans believe is the state of Major League Baseball. Over 14,500 fans voiced their opinions on everything from labor relations and economics to the league's current broadcasting issues. These are some of the key findings from that survey. Number one, 46% of fans say that they're, quote, hopeful about the current state of the game. 42% say Rob Manfred has done an average job as MLB commissioner. 52% felt that the LA Dodgers' current spending barrage is bad for baseball. 77% report being concerned about the integrity of the game because of the growing prevalence of gambling surrounding the sport. 68% of fans are in favor of a salary cap and floor to level the playing field. So you can't spend this much, but you've got to at least spend this much. So those small market teams or people just in it, not even fielding competitive teams, you got to at least be spending this much money for a floor. 57% believe MLB owners for the payroll disparity between big market and small market teams, that owners are the ones to blame. 77% say they're confident regular season games will be missed if there's a lockout at the end of the 2026 season. 60% feel that the Dodgers are the best team and the best position to win the World Series yet again. 37% say the team most likely not to win a World Series before 2035. So over the next 10 years, the Colorado Rockies, just over half of fans say they're in favor of Major League Baseball expanding to 32 teams, with Nashville and Portland being the most desirable expansion cities. And 60% say they're regularly affected by broadcast blackouts of their favorite teams. Though Reds fans in this area, Reds.TV is going to take care of a lot of that. You get nearly every single game, 140-plus games or so for Cincinnati Reds baseball for just $99 a month, if I understand it correctly. Reds.TV, there you go, Reds fans. There you go, that's the state of Major League Baseball, according to fans surveyed by The Athletic. It's 8:18 in the morning. More sports is coming your way next, and then Randy Graham has Randyisms after that.
Hello, Central Kentucky. I'm Steve Bertram with sports. Unranked Kentucky tries to extend its winning streak to 3 when they visit Texas A&M tonight. The Cats are 10-6 in conference play, while the Aggies have fallen to 9-7 after starting the SEC on fire, winning 7 out of their first 8 games. A&M is a slight favorite tonight, although UK has played a much stronger schedule. Our pregame shows begin at 5:30 this evening. Tip-offs at 7 o'clock for Kentucky at Texas A&M on Z105. The girls' 12th region tournament got underway last night. Two-time defending champion Danville Christian Academy was eliminated last night by Rockcastle County 68-56 in a game heard on hometown radio. West Jessamine downed Wayne County 64-49 in the first game. Hometown Radio has 2 games for you tonight in the girls' 12th region action at Lincoln County High School. In the first game, Mercer County meets Southwestern at 6:30 on WHBN-FM 99.5. In the nightcap around 8:15, Boyle County tackles Pulaski County on WHIR-FM 103.9. Both games stream live at hometownlive.net. The boys' 12th region tournament begins tomorrow night at Pulaski County High. Boyle County faces Somerset at 6:30 Wednesday night on Z105. That's followed by West Jessamine against Somerset Christian. Thursday night at 6:30, it's Rockcastle County versus Southwestern, followed by Danville Christian versus East Jessamine. That one's on Z105. The latest AP men's top 25 poll shows Kentucky and Louisville tied for 27th in the country, not in the top 25. Duke's again number 1, followed by Arizona, Michigan, UConn, and Florida in the top 5. Vanderbilt moved up 1 spot to 24th, despite being blown out at Kentucky 91-77. In the women's top 25, both Kentucky and Louisville dropped this week. U of L down to 12th and UK to 17th. Undefeated UConn remains number 1, followed by UCLA, South Carolina, Texas, and Vanderbilt. That's sports. God bless America. I'm Steve Bertram on the Hometown Radio Network.
If you're feeling hopeless, alone, and broken, maybe empty inside, Chloe's Petals for Hope.
Hi, this is Susan Rogers with Chloe's Petals for Hope. The 988 service offers 24/7 availability for reaching someone who cares. Everyone struggling with mental health issues can get the help they need when they call. Calls are private, counselors are trained, and are always available. If you need to talk, call or text 988 or chat at 988lifeline.org. It's free and confidential.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by...
Okay, Little Rayleigh, appreciate that. Brought to you by our friends over at The Little Sign Shop. Under new owners and operators, all types of quality signs at affordable prices, many within 24 hours. They're in Danville. Where 2nd and 4th Streets meet. Call them 859-238-7391. Mostly cloudy rain showers from about 8 until noon possible today. A high of 68, low of 57. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy and 72. Thursday, chance of showers and thunderstorms, and a high of 74 on Thursday. It's 8:23 in the morning, 53 degrees. Tuesday, the 3rd day of the month of March. And let's see what Randyisms has in store for us today. The thoughts of Randy Graham. These are Randy Graham's thoughts. Take it away, Randy.
Good morning, Sir Joe in the Know, and what another great day it is to get up and get at 'em. Well, Joe, as you know, Trump finally pulled the trigger on the Iranian regime. Yeah, Santa Claus has come to town in Tehran after he promised over a month ago he would show. Even a few days earlier, as we now know, than expected, after intelligence showed that Ayatollah Khamenei had called Iranian leadership to a daylight meeting. By the way, tipped off by our own CIA. But also, Israel had hacked the traffic lights and video cameras and had been monitoring the Ayatollah's movements for months. You gotta love the Mossad's capabilities. And Israel, who was previously assigned to taking out the leadership while America would go after the military targets, such as missile launchers and missiles, recognizing the opportunity of saving time and killing the leadership, Israel decapitated 49 of the top leadership, including Ayatollah Khamenei. sending His Royal Highness to the suite by and by, where he was greeted by his 72 virgins. I mean, if you believe that kind of stuff. The only problem for Khomeini was that his wife was in the building when it was hit, and she now has also died from her wounds. Talking poetic justice. I mean, so much for his time with the 72 virgins. I mean, people who believe such things have got to be crazy. And certainly anyone whose goal and mission is to destroy another country, which they wish to do to what they call the little Satan Israel and the big Satan America, have no business running a country. Of course, as we know, there isn't any 72 virgins, but one of the feelings of joy I always receive when I hear about terrorists dying after they have committed atrocious acts is to imagine their first words out of their mouth as they pass from one existence into another with the words, "Oh, shoot." Of course, joy as well as witnessing the Iranians dancing in the street over the news of his and the leadership's death. Yes, Santa Claus has come to town, along with his little elf. I mean, it was an amazing sight to see. Of course, my longtime Iranian friend texted me with the news, her euphoria, having come to America some 10 years ago. And Iran International, a dissident organization pushing for the fall of the Iranian regime, posted Iranians doing the Trump dance to the song YMCA. I mean, you gotta love it. If you love America and freedom. Yes, it was hilarious as the women threw off their mantos and their hijab's headdress, which is required by the Iranian regime thugs for them to wear with the threat of arrest and even death if they don't wear it or wear it appropriately, as a few years back when they murdered a young girl in captivity who was not wearing her headdress properly, prompting an uprising. Of course, Iranians are always looking for an opportunity for an uprising to overthrow their government. That's what people do when they're looking for the gift of freedom. And why I shared that Santa Claus was coming to town, because the Iranian people are a young society and are most pro-Western. And just like children at Christmas when it comes to the gift of freedom, and Santa says to march in the streets because he's coming, as was done in January, and didn't show, suggested then that Santa Claus should either show up or shut up, because the people will do what they're asked, if it means freedom. But instead, they received switches as America pondered its action, leading to a reported 30,000 deaths, more like 50,000 deaths. I mean, when you got 20,000 in prison, then you might as well mark them off as dead as well. And why one has to be careful, because words mean things. But finally, Santa has arrived, to the joy of the Iranian children and dissidents. But in typical fashion, while the Iranian people are dancing in the streets of Iran and America, Democrat politicians, except for Pennsylvania Senator John Fetterman, were knocking the decision to attack. And by the way, did you see where an NBC supervisor on air contacted his reporter in Texas, reporting on Iranians celebrating with American and Iranian flags, cheering America and Trump, and was told not to report on the incident, which, to the reporter's credit, said, "I'm going to do it anyway." Now, for years, politicians, both Republican and Democrat, have said publicly they are against Iran getting an atomic bomb. And then when we do something to ensure they don't, they protest against it by saying there is no thought-out plan or is unconstitutional. I mean, BS, Bashir stuff, Biden stuff, as they claim it's against the War Powers Act of 1973, arguably unconstitutional, in my opinion, which happens to be the right opinion, which President Nixon vetoed but was overruled by Congress. But as shared previously, anytime we share anything that might be questionable, we always want to provide simple, common sense, and practical examples. You know, Joe, the last time we declared war was in 1941 after Japan attacked Pearl Harbor. President Truman, Eisenhower, Kennedy, and Johnson didn't go to Congress to request permission for military action to protect America, including the Korean War or the Vietnam War. Presidents have broad powers when it comes to protecting our interests and our shores. Heck, Thomas Jefferson didn't get a declaration of war when he sent the Navy and the Marines to Tripoli, Libya in the early 1800s and destroyed the Barbary pirates who were kidnapping and turning slaves into Americans and Europeans from ships and lands while extorting money to have hostages returned. Sound familiar? Middle Eastern thugs have been kidnapping and selling into slave for years and never stopped, including their own people like in Iran. Yeah, from the halls of Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli, yes, Libya. Jefferson's actions even made it into the Marine hymn. Only reason the War Powers Act was even instituted was because Democrats didn't like Nixon while he was trying to end the Vietnam War. And national public policy at the time was so anti-war. But the fact is, Trump did abide by it and gave him 24-hour notification, and now it's 60 to 90 days before he has to go back to Congress. But the Democrats, as well as Kentucky and Republican Congressman Toy Time Tommy Massey, wants to force a vote. Massey, being the Republican version of the Democrat lunacy, more interested in promoting personality over patriotic policy. I tell you, Joe, Washington poisons the minds of politicians, just like the saying that power corrupts and absolute power corrupts absolutely. You know, Joe, we don't know how all of this is going to end out, but the fact that the Iranians are dancing in the street over the death of the leadership in the hope of freedom, and the atomic threat and missile threat is removed, you think more people in America would be rejoicing. Well, the Iranians don't have weapons. Yeah, that's true, but you know, they do have the Kurds who have been meeting secretly, who are armed, and although they have different sects in Iraq and Iran, they want to come to Iran's people's defense, and they do have weapons. Besides, it's interesting that the young lady I mentioned earlier who was murdered, beaten in prison because she was wearing her outward garment improperly where her hair showed, happened to be a Kurd, which has helped unite all the different sects of the Kurdish people to put aside their differences. But it seems like everyone's in favor of the action except for the Democrats in Congress, Marxists, and liberal females. Now, Joe has shared previously regarding our indoctrination of our children over education within the school systems as exhibited by some central Kentucky school systems allowing students to go protest ICE that our local elections this year need to be nationalized, meaning some of these national policies need to be questioned to our local politicians running for office, including school boards where they stand on the national issues. Why? Because just like moms will be moms no matter what age a child becomes, our people in power like to stay in power, and as a result will jump through all types of hoops in order to keep it. A personality in one area will always show up in another, and that includes on policies that affect our lives. And Joe, lo and behold, it was interesting while disheartening to read misunderstanding regarding our action. Some even had the ridiculous comparison to say that we are empire building. And one of those happened to be one of our elected city officials, talking historical ignorance and perceptions. So here are some facts. The current Iranian regime has been at war with America since 1979 when they took over our embassy and held our citizens hostage for over a year. In 1983, they killed 241 United States Marines in Lebanon. In between those years, they have harassed our people, and since 2000, they have killed and maimed hundreds and thousands of our children with IEDs in both Iraq and Afghanistan, not considering what they've done to the state of Israel. The choice for America is simple. Either destroy this threat against our people and the world while Iran's ability is only conventional, or leave it to our grandchildren to contend with an atomic Iran and ballistic missile capability to hit our shores. This action is not only for the future security, but for the freedom of the Iranian people. It is not a war of conquest. America has always given back and rebuilt the countries we have defeated, while in the process freeing those they had conquered and enslaved. The only real estate we ever asked for was a small piece of land to bury those of our citizens who gave the ultimate sacrifice. How's that for some empire building? As our forefathers warned us, in order for our republic to stand, it would require an informed populace. And most certainly that applies to both national and local politicians.
Randy Graham, the thoughts of Randy Graham and Randy Graham's thoughts, Tuesdays and Thursdays right here on The Joe Show at this time at 8:33 in the morning, 54 degrees. And we're back after this on The Joe Show as we got Grub Gab, the world of food, and Wedding Plenty with Pim coming up.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now, there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team. Build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. And you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Farmers, Paris Stockyard is making it easier than ever to buy and sell cattle. Paris Stockyard opens its gates to every farmer, every herd, every operation. Paris Stockyard now hosts 2 weekly sales, Mondays at 9 a.m. and Thursdays at 9 a.m., located on US 68 just outside of Paris, Kentucky. They are proud to be farmers doing business with farmers. Support 2 weekly sales at Paris Stockyard every Monday and Thursday at 9 a.m. For full details, visit Facebook and search Paris Stockyard.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update.
Mercer County is making changes to its storm sirens. At the most recent Mercer County Fiscal Court meeting and Harrisburg City Commission meeting, Mercer County Emergency Management Director Brad Cox announced they were changing the storm siren protocol. Cox said he had heard from several groups and concerned citizens, and that from now on, the storm sirens in Mercer County will not go off for severe thunderstorm warnings, but only for tornado warnings or severe thunderstorms that are capable of producing destructive straight-line winds or strong rotation. Saying in Harrisburg, they've named their new interim fire chief. The Harrisburg Herald reports that at their last Harrisburg City Commission meeting, they named Austin Jackson as the interim fire chief. Jackson will replace Michael Cox, who resigned effective at the end of February. Jackson has a long history with the Harrisburg Fire Department, where he joined in 2010. The country's largest annual school archery tournament will descend on Kentucky in 2 weeks. More than 9,200 archers from 415 schools across the country will be in Kentucky on March 13th and 14th for the National Archery in the Schools Program State Bullseye Tournament. It's being held at the Kentucky Expo Center in Louisville and has been since 2016. Since then, it's grown into one of the largest state-level sporting competitions held anywhere. When is it too soon to tie the knot? Charles Baglin has details about a bill that will put an age requirement on getting married.
Kentucky statute holds that the minimum legal age to marry is 18. However, exceptions can be made for 17, with many instances of child brides in the state. Senate Bill 156 before the General Assembly in Frankfort would make 18 absolute. Senator Julie Rocky Adams of Louisville brings the measure.
This is just legislation designed to end child marriage in Kentucky once and for all.
Per Kentucky law, adult liberties begin at age 18. The right to vote, serve on jury duty, military enlistment, the age to enter legally binding contracts such as applying for a credit card. Testimony shared in the Senate Committee on Veterans, Military Affairs, and Public Protection cite instances where pregnancy and parental blessing might persuade a court to approve an underage marriage, but could still interfere with making adult legal and medical decisions. Senator Adams says the bill can finally end potential jeopardy.
By closing the remaining loopholes and ensuring that our laws are clear, enforceable, and centered on the safety and dignity of our minors.
Reporting from the state capitol in Frankfort, I'm Charles Baglin.
Senate Bill 56 passed in committee and now heads to the full Senate for consideration. Reporting for the Hometown Radio Network, I'm Joe Mathis.
Hi, I'm Brent Blevins, Public Health Director of the Boyle County Health Department with an important message. The American Cancer Society estimates that nearly 3,500 deaths per year in Kentucky can be attributed to lung cancer. Most people are aware that cigarette smoking may contribute to lung cancer, but are unaware of another serious lung cancer threat, radon. In fact, the Environmental Protection Agency states that prolonged exposure to elevated levels of radon gas is the second leading cause of lung cancer. Now, you may be asking yourself a few questions like, what is an elevated level of radon? Where does radon come from? Or, how can I tell if radon is in my home? Your Boyle County Health Department stands ready to answer your questions and help determine if your family may be at risk. Simply contact our environmental staff at 859-236-2053. The health of your family depends on it.
Now available at Farmers National Bank, free checking and a free gift. Simply open a new Farmers National Bank personal or business checking account and receive a free gift. Minimum required deposit is only $50. We make the process fast and easy. Call 866-888-0220 or stop into one of our 12 convenient locations. Farmers National Bank, with locations in Danville, Bergen, Harrodsburg, Junction City, Lancaster, Perryville, Stanford, Liberty, and Middleburg. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
So creamy it melts in your mouth. Mom Blakeman's candy.
Mom Blakeman's has made the world's best cream pull candy, and we have been making potato candy. We ship all over the world and have it in many retail stores. You are welcome to stop by our shop in Lancaster to sample or purchase any of our 7 flavors of cream pull candy and potato candy. We have a variety of tubs and tins available. Visit our website at momblakeman'scandy.com or call 800-542-4607.
This Joe Show Weather Report is brought to you by...
Okay, little Rayleigh Joe brought to you by our friends hanging out over at Danville Auto Body Shop. Top-of-the-line collision auto body repair. Head to the mechanics over at Dabs Danville Auto Body Shop, 315 Dillahay Street. Get a free estimate, and they work with your insurance company fixing water leaks, window motor repairs, hail damage, and paintless dent repair. Danville Auto Body Shop. All right, you get showers likely mainly between 8 and noon. Mostly cloudy, 68 and 57 the high and low. Tomorrow, 50-50 chance of rain, mostly cloudy, 72 the high. Thursday, chance of rain showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon, and a high of 74. Right now, it's 8:40 in the morning, 54 degrees. Tuesday, the 3rd day of the month of March, and I'm so happy to have you on the show this morning. 859-238-WHIR to call in, 238-9447. Pimmy, what's going on with your wedding planning with Pim?
Hi, I'm Pim Stewart Clark, and this is Wedding Planning with Pim. There's a lot to remember for your wedding ceremony, and you're relying on a lot of people to remember all of it. That's why you and your wedding party need a rehearsal. Generally, the rehearsal takes place the night before the wedding. Any earlier, and it's easy for people to forget what they practiced. Traditionally, there's a dinner party hosted by the groom's family that follows. A fun and intimate way to spend the evening before your wedding with those closest to you. Have the details of your wedding in place for the rehearsal. Confirm your ceremony site is available. It's great if musicians, soloists, and organists can attend, but the cost may be prohibitive. If that's your situation, practice with recorded music. Rehearsing to music will help attendants measure their steps on their way down the aisle. Your officiant will be a big help during the rehearsal. He or she will direct you and your attendants in the finer points of ceremony logistics. After several run-throughs without vows, participants will understand the order of the ceremony and its various elements. The rehearsal is a good time to hand out a timeline and a list of each attendant's duties. Choose a place that's conducive to good food, a relaxed atmosphere, and heartfelt toasts. My love note for today, although certainly not original, couldn't be more appropriate. Practice makes perfect.
I'm U.S. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy. The sound of a seatbelt. It's one of the most important sounds in our car. It means everyone is ready and everyone is safe. The more our kids see us put on our seatbelts, the more natural it is for them to put theirs on too. Make it a priority. Buckle up every time. Hear the sound? Make it a habit.
Paid for by NHTSA.
That's the sound of James adding long-lasting Gain scent boosters to his laundry this morning. Several hours later, James sniffs the irresistible scent of Gain on his shirt. Gain. Several hours later, James has even caught the attention of his mother-in-law, and she never gives him attention.
Ooh, you smell amazing, James.
Oh, thanks, Mom. I love you too.
I never said that.
Add Gain scent boosters to your laundry. Add joy to your day.
My name is Chase Harrington, and I'm from Nicholsville, Kentucky. I've been singing for about 7 years. When I got into performance, I came to Studio G. I've been learning how to look good on stage, how to bring out my voice more in the songs that I sing, how to get confidence. I hear an immense difference in my voice compared to when I started coming here.
Studio G is the performing arts place. To learn more, call 859-734-4394. Studio G. The G stands for growth.
Listen to us on your smart speaker. Just ask to play our call letters. WHIR.
8:43 in the morning, 238 WHIR, and we'd love to have you on the show this morning. Former CIA agents are giving people some travel safety tips with some of the dangers and battles and fights and wars going on around the world. Let's hear from the CIA Travel Agency.
Want to travel like a CIA operative? Of course you do. Then come to the CIA Travel Agency, where we'll book your stay in a foreign country that may or may not be at odds with the U.S. and ensure your safety, CIA style. Imagine it, secretly enjoying the most picturesque Eastern European cities while evading those who may want to harm you. And every new customer receives a free welcome kit, which includes a holster to put in your sock, a fake mustache, a cyanide pill to bite down on if you're captured, and 3 completely different passports from different countries.
I booked a trip to the Middle East with the CIA Travel Agency, and I love the...
No, you didn't. We've never heard of you. You did no such thing.
Sure I did, and the satellite signal jammer really helped with
You're blowing your cover, you fool. Stop talking.
Right, sorry.
The CIA Travel Agency. Book your trip today.
All right, let's see what's going on out west in Hollywood. The showbiz segment, The World of Weird. The World of Weird. No, this is the world of food, not the world of weird. Grub Gab, the world of food where you can just eat it. Getting my stories confused here. Starting off with Long John Silver's. Actually ate Long John's last Friday. And they want to see your fish pics so that they can transform them into pictures of fried fish that you can then post on your dating app to enhance your online presence. Fish pics have become a popular posting method to ramp up dating profiles. So if you send them your photo of a fish that you caught, the company will send back your upgraded photo that features a hand-battered fried fish, along with an exclusive BOGO dining offer. Laura Ellis, Chief Marketing Officer at Long John, said, "We love fish. Our fans love fish. When we saw how iconic the fish pic has become, we couldn't resist. If people are going to show off their catch, we're happy to show off ours too, and reward fans with free food on us. Photos can be submitted to Long John Silver's with a direct message or post using LJS Fish Pics. So get yours in now before this promotion concludes, as there's no info on how long this will last." Smucker's has had the same design on their jam labels for more than 30 years, and they're announcing a new version with larger, more realistic images of fruit. Their famous gingham designs on the lid is also being replaced with a more modern, muted version. The changes represent a new marketing plan for J.M. Smucker Company that intends to boost sales and highlight more ways customers can use their products. Smucker's is famous for using their jams to make a great PB&J sandwich, but the company wants to let everyone know that there are many more uses, including adding fruit jam to milk and making a flavorful chicken glaze, among other options. Smucker's also owns the leading peanut butter brand Jif, and they're touting more uses for that too, including making peanut butter ramen or 3-ingredient fudge. The company also has big plans for all their products with these new designs and ideas, so look for them on store shelves soon. And Outback Steakhouse is bringing back a popular surf and turf menu item for a limited time with the sirloin and coconut shrimp steak and mate combo. The combo features Outback center cut sirloin, along with an all-new colossal-sized shrimp that are covered in crispy coconut flakes and served with Creole marmalade. It can be paired with 2 sides of your choice. Outback is also rolling out a limited-time Down Under Trio. It features 3 of the chain's favorite appetizers, including the blue and onion, fried mozzarella boomerangs, and marinara sauce, and Aussie cheese fries with Outback homemade ranch dressing. Outback Steakhouse brings back sirloin and coconut shrimp, the steak and mate combo, for a limited time. Smucker's just made a big change to its jam after 30 years. And Long John Silver wants to put fried fish in your dating app pictures. That's what's going on in Grub Gab, the world of food, where you can always and unequivocally just eat it on the Joe Show. All right, no James the gardener this morning. He texted me yesterday, said he had a dentist appointment. I said, well, good luck with that. So we'll skip over James. No Dusty this morning either. Dusty's at home with a sick kid, so he won't be able to make it in. So we're by ourselves until Ann Yeager joins the show at 9:35 this morning. We'll see what's going on this date in rock and roll, pop, and R&B music history coming up next.
Hey, it's me again. That's right, I'm Jerry Farmer, and I'm still cutting up. Still Cutting Up is a place to go when you need a fresh cut or a mini afro. Perms, colors, nails, too. Braids, highlights, and even updo. I know you done heard of us, so get with it. I know you need your hair did. Here's our digit, 238-7899. Bob your head while I rhyme. 24/7, we won't be beat. 365 on South 4th Street. See ya.
Folks, this is Tony Wilder, chairman of the Boyle County's America 250 birthday celebration. Wanted to remind everyone of our event Tuesday, March 3rd at 7 p.m. at the Danville High School Auditorium. Our own former Kentucky Poet Laureate Frank X. Walker will be delivering a reading and commentary from his new book, Load in 9 Times. He'll be joined by eminent panelists who will expand on the significance of Camp Nelson, its connection to Boyle County, and the important role the African-American soldier played in our Civil War. Remember, this is a free event, so join us.
The Danville Mailing Center makes shipping easy. UPS, FedEx, DHL, U.S. Postal Service. Let them find the fastest or most economical way. They'll even pack it up. It's a no-hassle way to ship. The Danville Mailing Center on Jane Trail across from McDonald's. Ask for your $3 discount.
We love NASCAR. Catch the races here on WHIR AM 1230.
Hi, this is Deanna Charles at the Danville H&R Block. We've got exciting news. We've moved to our new location at 101 Citation Drive. And even though the address has changed, the team you trust is still right here. You'll still be greeted by the same reliable tax experts. Teresa Pelfrey, Trina Sawyer, Deborah Sparrow, Ada Bryant, Sandy Ellis, Woody Bowles, and myself, Deanna Charles. New location, same experience, same commitment. Stop by 101 Citation Drive across from the Boyle County Schools or give us a call at 859-236-3281. H&R Block Danville. We've moved, but we haven't changed what matters.
Danville Lee's Famous Recipes been serving Central Kentucky with the best chicken since 1972. Enjoy your money-saving $6 meal. Choose from 2 famous strips or 2 pieces of our famous golden fried chicken. Your favorite side, homestyle buttermilk biscuit and drink, all at just $6. Or grab the 8, 12, 16, or 20-piece family meal with large shareable sides and a buttermilk biscuit. Call for expert caterers at 859-236-8777. It's Danville Lee's Famous Recipe Southport. That's not just chicken, it's tradition.
Danville's Deal Maker, Bob Allen.
Together, let's drive at Bob Allen Chevrolet. Hi, I'm John Welsh, inviting you to save on Bob Allen's selection of over 30 new 26 Chevy Silverado 2500 4x4s, now priced as low as $53,498. Stock M26481. Bob Allen Chevrolet, located on Maple Avenue in Danville, or shop online anytime at BobAllenMotorMall.com.
I'm Adam Hopkins, Security Officer at Farmers National Bank. If you receive a call from what looks to be your bank and are asked for your account number or online banking password, don't give it to them. This is a scam. Your bank already has this information. Call your bank to verify requests.
Be prepared for what Mother Nature brings. Keep up to date with weather forecasts here every hour on WHIR.
This Joe Show Weather Report is brought to you by...
Okay, thanks for that, Rayleigh. Coming your way, brought to you by Southern Heating and Cooling. Keeping your home cozy with Southern Heating and Cooling as your comfort is their priority. The veteran-owned, family-operated, and locally trusted. Go online, southernheatingcooling.com, or call 859-324-2770. Showers are likely, mostly cloudy between 8 and noon is when the rain could hit us. And it looks like, according to the radar, it's awfully close to hitting us. A high today of 68, a low of 57. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy, 72 is the high. Thursday, chance of rain showers between 1 and 4, mostly cloudy, 74 is the high. On Friday, mostly sunny and a high of 78. It's 8:52 in the morning. It's 54 degrees. Tuesday, the 3rd day of the month of March, as we take a look at what's gone on this date in history that's made this date a date to remember. Starting off on this date, rock and roll, pop, and R&B music history in the year 1951, where Rusty Allen was born. He was a member of this group. Rusty Allen from Sly and the Family Stone.
Sometimes I'm right and
Yeah, the 1968 U.S. #1 single, this one, Everyday People. On the 1971 U.S. #1 album, There's a Riot Going On, with the 71 #1 song, Family Affair. Allen played bass with a number of other artists, including George Clinton, Lenny Williams, and the Temptations. Rusty Allen, this date 1951, bass player for Sly and the Family Stone. It was on this day in rock and roll, pop, and R&B music history, 1966. This group was formed in Los Angeles. Buffalo Springfield, among the first wave of American bands to become popular in the wake of the British invasion.
Something happening here.
The group combined folk, rock, and country music into a sound all of its own. Its million-selling song, For What It's Worth, this one right here, became a political anthem for the turbulent late 1960s. On this date, 66, Buffalo Springfield was formed.
I think it's time we stop. Children, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. There's battle lines being drawn. Nobody's right if everybody's
It was on
wrong.
this date, 1972, where this artist released this song, inspired by a short story by author Ray Bradbury.
And I'm gonna be high as a kite by then.
Elton John released Rocket Man as a single, officially titled Rocket Man. I think it's going to be a long, long time. The song, inspired by the short story The Rocket Man in The Illustrated Man by Ray Bradbury, echoes the theme of David Bowie's 1969 song, Space Oddity. Kate Bush released a cover of Rocket Man in 1991 as a part of the Elton John tribute album, Two Rooms. On this date, 1972, Elton John released Rocket Man. I think it's going to be a long, long time on this date, 54 years ago.
And I think it's gonna be a long, long time till touchdown brings me round again to find I'm not the man they think I am at home. Oh no, 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 I'm a rocket man, burning out his fuse out very long. And I think it's gonna be a long, long time till touchdown brings
And it was on this day in rock and roll, pop, and R&B music history, 1984. This artist started a 3-week run at #1 on the UK charts with this song.
Back at base, box in the software, flash the message. Something's out there, floating in the summer sky.
Nina started a 3-weeker at #1 with a song called 99 Red Balloons. Now, originally it was sung in German, 99 Luftballons, was re-recorded in English as 99 Red Balloons. The song was a hit in the U.S. as well at #2, and the only UK hit for Nina, making her kind of a one-hit wonder. On this date, 1984, 99 Red Balloons went #1. There you go. That's what's going on this date, March 3rd, in rock and roll, pop, and R&B music history. It's 8:58 in the morning, 2 minutes away from Top Hour News right here on The Joe Show.
Folks, this is Tony Wilder, chairman of the Boyle County's America 250 birthday celebration. Wanted to remind everyone of our event Tuesday, March 3rd at 7 p.m. at the Danville High School Auditorium. Our own former Kentucky Poet Laureate Frank X. Walker will be delivering a reading and commentary from his new book, Load in 9 Times. He'll be joined by eminent panelists who will expand on the significance of Camp Nelson, its connection to Boyle County, and the important role the African-American soldier played in our Civil War. Remember, this is a free event, so join us.
Hi, my name is Carol, and I'm a student at the University of Kentucky College of Nursing. Do you work with lawn or agriculture chemicals? Are you sometimes in fields, yards, or gardens where chemicals have been used? Be sure you change your clothes and wash thoroughly before you have close contact with children. Even though you cannot see or perhaps smell the chemicals, they can still be present on you and your clothing. Even a small amount of chemicals can make your child sick. Protect your children from chemical exposure. Keep them away from your soiled clothing.
I've been 25 more, 39, 35 more, 35 more, 40. Brothers Auctioneers, we're selling the country.
Announcing the absolute online-only auction of the living estate of Herschel and the late Della Jean Hale, located 100 Lee Drive, Lancaster, with bidding ending Wednesday, March the 4th at 6 p.m. on FordBrothersInc.com. We'll be selling a lifetime collection of antiques, bowls, glassware, furniture, smalls, pottery, a lawnmower, and more. The auction preview is Wednesday, March the 4th from 3 to 6 p.m., and pickup will be Friday, March the 6th from noon to 6 p.m. That's the absolute online-only auction of the living estate of Herschel and the late Della Jean Hale, 100 Lee Drive, Lancaster, with bidding ending Wednesday, March the 4th at 6 p.m. on FordBrothersInc.com. To bid or for more information, visit FordBrothersInc.com or call Cliff Ed Irvin at 859-339-9075.
Ford Brothers Auctioneers, we're selling the country.
This is the talk of the town, AM 1230, and now on FM 103.9, WHIR Danville, powered by Kentucky WiMAX.
It's 9 o'clock.
NBC News Radio, I'm Michael Kastner. The Pentagon now confirms that 6 U.S. service members have been killed since the start of Operation Epic Fury in Iran. More from Rory O'Neill.
Secretary of War Pete Hegseth said Monday the conflict will not be endless. President Trump said the U.S.-Israeli strikes on Iran are projected to last 4 to 5 weeks. As the conflict continues, Iran's retaliatory strikes are threatening to engulf the entire region in chaos. Meanwhile, the Lebanese-based terror group Hezbollah has now entered the fight, opening up a new front as Israel carries out strikes against both Iran and Beirut.
The Trump administration is set to brief Congress today on the attack on Iran. Virginia Democratic Senator Mark Warner, who is among lawmakers who got an early briefing, is questioning whether Iran posed an imminent threat to the United States.
There was a threat to Israel. But if we equate a threat to Israel as the equivalent of an imminent threat to the United States, then we are in uncharted territory.
Warner said the president risks pulling the United States into another prolonged conflict in the Middle East. Senator Tim Kaine, a fellow Virginia Democrat, is calling the military action idiotic, dangerous, and a colossal mistake. Both senators said Trump should have outlined a clear objective and gotten authorization from Congress before attacking Iran. AAA is predicting gas prices will go up as a result of the U.S.-Israeli attack on Iran. More from Scott Pringle.
Gas prices are already predicted to go up because of the switching to a more expensive summer fuel blend. But AAA forecasts the conflict in the Middle East could surge prices at the pump 15 to 20%. The current average price in New Jersey, just under $3 per gallon for regular. That is a 7-cent jump in just one day.
Dow futures have been down up to 900 points this morning as traders fear the U.S.-Iran conflict could drag on. Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
Attention men, here's a great way to have more fun in bed and save money. If you want to take something like Viagra, they can give you a way to pay as little as $2 a pill. Yes, $2 a pill. Compare that to prices as high as $60 per tablet. These pills work for men to improve their performance and confidence. You'll love them. And now for the price of 2 or 3 pills, you can get 50 or more for around $100. You'll save hundreds of dollars off retail prices. That's enough to buy your date a nice dinner. Don't pay expensive prices for Viagra. Call now, order 50 or more of our blue pills, and pay as little as $2 a pill and save hundreds of dollars. Call anytime for confidential shipping.
Call 800-830-0715. That's 800-830-0715. Again, 800-830-0715.
Today's show host Savannah Guthrie has been spotted at her missing mother's home in southern Arizona. More from Wendy Swanson.
Savannah visited a growing memorial at Nancy's home in the Tucson area and left flowers. Nancy Guthrie was reported missing February 1st, and a search for the 84-year-old has been ongoing ever since. Thousands of tips have been received, and a $1 million reward is being offered in connection with her disappearance. Pima County Sheriff Chris Nanos told NBC News he thinks investigators are closer to finding Guthrie, and he has full confidence the case will be solved. In Arizona, I'm Wendy Swanson.
Voters are heading to the polls today as the first primaries of the midterm elections take place in 3 states, Texas, North Carolina, and Arkansas. The 2026 midterms could shift the balance of power in both the House and Senate. And as it stands now, the races in Texas are getting the most attention. The number of breast cancer cases worldwide could surge over 3.5 million by 2050. More from Tammy Trujillo.
That's according to a decades-long analysis of breast cancer trends across more than 200 countries and territories that was published this week in the journal The Lancet Oncology. What it found was that high-income countries were able to reduce cases by 30% from 1990 to 2023 because of access to preventative care. Low-income countries saw cases double during that same time period. An estimated 2.3 million women were diagnosed with breast cancer in 2023. I'm Tammy Trujillo.
Taylor Swift is joining the list of artists participating in this year's Record Store Day. The annual event sees more than 300 musicians release limited edition exclusive titles at independent record stores. The Grammy-winning singer will release a 7-inch vinyl of her song, Elizabeth Taylor. Record Store Day takes place on April 18th. Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
Waking up on the right side. This is the Sean Hannity Morning Minute.
You remember in the lead up to this, Ali Khamenei was out there saber rattling and showing, images of Iranian missiles taking out U.S. ships around the country and trying to, scare America out of any type of military action. Proclamations made by the Iranian government that Donald Trump will be in a coffin in just months. The president responded to that yesterday after, it was confirmed that we had taken out Ali Khamenei before the Islamic Republic supreme leader was able to assassinate him, apparently telling Jonathan Karl, I got him before he got me. They tried twice, he said, about previous attempts on his life. Well, I got him first.
From coast to coast, from sea to shining sea, it's the Sean Hannity Show.
All right, time now for a little spring cleaning, and I know right where to start. Go drag your old, dated wireless contract out of that closet, beat off the dust with a broom, and freshen things up by switching to my cell phone provider, a veteran-owned company called Pure Talk. Now, you get unlimited talk, unlimited text, plenty of data for just $25 a month. No contract, no cancellation fee, no overseas customer service if you need help at any point. And maybe you'll like them as much as my listener, Sue from Cincinnati. She says, quote, I have had no issues with Pure Talk. I'm pleased to know that my telephone service is supportive of our veterans and our military. Thank you. I'm truly fortunate to have followed Sean Hannity's advice. Anyway, thank you, Sue. And now it's time for you to follow my advice. Just dial pound 250, say the keyword save now. Let Pure Talk's U.S. customer service team help you make the switch. It's simple, it's fast, it's easy. Pound 250, keyword save now. Do it now. You save an additional 50% off your first month. From Pure Talk, America's wireless company.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team. Build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
ZipRecruiter. Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free, and you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update. Mercer County is making changes to its storm sirens. At the most recent Mercer County Fiscal Court meeting and Harrisburg City Commission meeting, Mercer County Emergency Management Director Brad Cox announced they were changing the storm siren protocol. Cox said he had heard from several groups and concerned citizens, and that from now on, the storm sirens in Mercer County will not go off for severe thunderstorm warnings, but only for tornado warnings or severe thunderstorms that are capable of producing destructive straight-line winds or strong rotation. Saying in Harrisburg, they've named their new interim fire chief. The Harrisburg Herald reports that at their last Harrisburg City Commission meeting, they named Austin Jackson as the interim fire chief. Jackson will replace Michael Cox, who resigned effective at the end of February. Jackson has a long history with the Harrisburg Fire Department, where he joined in 2010. The country's largest annual school archery tournament will descend on Kentucky in 2 weeks. More than 9,200 archers from 415 schools across the country will be in Kentucky on March 13th and 14th for the National Archery in the Schools Program State Bullseye Tournament. It's being held at the Kentucky Expo Center in Louisville and has been since 2016. Since then, it's grown into one of the largest state-level sporting competitions held anywhere. When is it too soon to tie the knot? Charles Baglin has details about a bill that will put an age requirement on getting married.
Kentucky statute holds that the minimum legal age to marry is 18. However, exceptions can be made for 17, with many instances of child brides in the state. Senate Bill 156, before the General Assembly in Frankfort, would make 18 absolute. Senator Julie Rocky Adams of Louisville brings the measure.
This is just legislation designed to end child marriage in Kentucky once and for all.
Per Kentucky law, adult liberties begin at age 18. The right to vote, serve on jury duty, military enlistment, the age to enter legally binding contracts such as applying for a credit card. Testimony shared in the Senate Committee on Veterans, Military Affairs, and Public Protection cite instances where pregnancy and parental blessing might persuade a court to approve an underage marriage, but could still interfere with making adult legal and medical decisions. Senator Adams says the bill can finally end potential jeopardy.
By closing the remaining loopholes and ensuring that our laws are clear, enforceable, and centered on the safety and dignity of our minors.
Reporting from the state capitol in Frankfort, I'm Charles Baglin.
Senate Bill 56 passed in committee and now heads to the full Senate for consideration. Reporting for the Hometown Radio Network, I'm Joe Mathis.
This Joe Show Weather Report is brought to you by...
All right, little Rayleigh, thanks for that. Dexter and Reitmeyer Insurance, your local independent insurance agency, proudly representing the auto owners insurance company. Ask if auto owners make sense for you. Calling Mark or Chris for a free quote. 859-236-6686. 86. Rain showers are likely, mostly cloudy. 68 and 57 is the high and low. Tomorrow, 50-50 chance of showers, mostly cloudy and 72. A low tomorrow night, 59. Thursday, chance of showers, 74 is your high. 9-12 in the morning, 55 degrees. Tuesday, the third day of March, and we're so happy to have you on the show on this Tuesday morning. 859-238-WHIR is your phone number to call in. That's 238-9447. We'd love to have you right here on the show. There are plenty of Americans who wish this news that I'm going to read you right now was about us, but it's not. Are you one of them, though, that wish the news I'm getting ready to read you was about the United States? We are going to spring forward our clocks this Sunday. But one province in Canada just announced they're doing it for the last time. British Columbia will spring forward on March the 8th, and they will not fall back in November. Now, British Columbia switching to permanent daylight savings time. If you are not a geography buff, British Columbia is on the west coast. It's where Vancouver is. If you drive across the border from Washington State, you're there. It extends all the way up to Alaska. The Premier of British Columbia announced the move yesterday. His name is David Eby. Basically, he's like a governor in the United States. He said it's been a long time coming and that changing the clocks twice a year causes, quote, all types of problems, including more car crashes. He noted that they've been waiting on California, Oregon, and Washington to do it with them, but U.S. states can't do it themselves. They need Congress to sign off, and they just got sick of waiting. He said he hopes the move might push those states to do it now. The Yukon province, just north of British Columbia, switched to permanent daylight savings time in 2020. So this is not unprecedented. Other places have already done this. But no one lives in the Yukon province. British Columbia, however, is Canada's third largest province. 1 in 7 Canadians live in British Columbia. Eby announced this move saying, quote, British Columbia is going to change our clocks just one more time and then never do it again. It is worth noting that Hawaii and Arizona are the only 2 spots in the U.S. that do not observe daylight savings time. Hawaii never has. Most of Arizona has not since 1967. So there you go. At least one pretty big chunk of Canada, 1 in 7 Canadians live in British Columbia. They're bumping their clocks up. They're springing forward on Sunday, and then they are not resetting the clocks again. They're going to stay on daylight savings time for the rest of forever, I guess. Let's see what's breaking and trending this morning right here on The Joe Show. Hundreds of tech workers have signed a letter urging the Pentagon to end restrictions on Anthropic. It includes people from IBM, OpenAI, and Slack. On Friday, the Pentagon listed Anthropic as a supply chain risk after the company refused to meet the Pentagon's demand that it drop guardrails in the chatbot Claude and would have allowed the government to carry out broad domestic surveillance of Americans and the ability to use weapons without any human oversight. OpenAI has now taken the place of Anthropic, but has said ChatGPT would not be allowed to be used for deliberate tracking, surveillance, or monitoring of U.S. persons or nationals, including through procurement or use of commercially acquired personal or identifiable information. The signers of the letter to the Pentagon believes the administration's treatment of Anthropic as harsh and clear retaliation. Hey, what are you going to do with $500 million? The Mega Millions jackpot stands at $473 million ahead of tonight's big drawing. The cash option on that works out to just shy of $222 million. Odds of winning the jackpot, roughly 1 in 290 million. Hey, it's hard to steer a hot air balloon, and 2 people in Texas found that out the hard way. They are safe with quite a story to tell after their hot air balloon hit a communication tower and then got stuck. The passengers had to be rescued by firefighters. Rescuers responded to the scene in Longview on Saturday morning to find the balloon stuck 925 feet off the ground. Both occupants in the balloon's basket were conscious and unhurt. It took more than a dozen firefighters hours using multiple ropes and harnesses to finally get that stranded duo down. President Donald Trump is set to attend his first White House Correspondents' Dinner as president. Presidents normally attend the dinner, although Trump skipped it each year during his first term and the first one in his second term. Trump made the announcement yesterday on the Truth Social app, saying that he boycotted the event his first term because the press was extraordinarily bad to him, but hopes this year it'll be something very special. The dinner is set for April 25th, and no host has been named yet. Bachelor Nation is taken over in March. The franchise premiered HGTV's Bachelor Mansion Takeover last night, with past contestants giving the mansion a makeover. Next up is a primetime reunion special following the Oscars on March 15th, and it's ahead of the next season of The Bachelorette with Taylor Frankie Paul on March 23rd. It's a good time to be a fan of The Bachelor. And lastly, videos of the closed-door depositions of former President Bill Clinton and former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton were released yesterday by a Republican-led House Oversight Committee. The depositions were recorded at the Clintons' home in New York last week as part of the committee's inquiry into the federal government's handling of investigations into the late sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. Former President Clinton was direct in the video released yesterday, saying that the committee should have talked to him.
I do think you should be talking to me. I think you should have called me. I did take those plane trips with him. And you have a right to ask those questions.
Yeah, Clinton was directly asked if he had sexual contact with young women around Epstein or Ghislaine Maxwell.
Did you ever have any sexual contact with young women or girls in the presence of Epstein or Maxwell?
No.
Clinton was asked about a claim from Virginia that he had threatened Vanity Fair to not write articles about Epstein.
And this is email from Virginia Giuffre, an Epstein victim, that alleged that you walked into Vanity Fair and threatened them not to write sex trafficking articles about your good friend Jeffrey Epstein. Mr. President, is this true?
No. No.
Yeah, when confronted with a photo showing him in a pool with an unidentified woman, Clinton said he did not know who the person was and denied any sexual contact. He acknowledged that he found Epstein to be odd and always holding something back, but said he never witnessed anything that struck him as suspicious. Clinton pushed back firmly on a claim from an Epstein victim who alleged he pressured a magazine not to run sex trafficking stories about Epstein. And that was the question you just heard there moments ago. That's what's breaking and trending this morning right here on The Joe Show on 103.9 FM, WHIR, Danville News Talk Sports, and HometownLive.net. It's 9:19 in the morning. We've got Gary Fogle and Kentucky Sports Memories coming your way next. And we'll come back and we'll tell you about this man that was missing in Florida. He was found in a precarious situation. It's coming up after this.
Hello, I'm Gary Fogle. Welcome to Kentucky Sports Memories. And this week, we're talking about possibly the best amateur slow-pitch softball team in the history of Kentucky.
At Watson's, we've been delivering all the family fun and relaxation to our local community for over 50 years. Our mission is to provide high-quality home recreational products and home furnishings to our customers that bring families and friends together for a break from the daily stresses of life. Shop the largest local selection of in-stock products for your home, inside and out, and get the guaranteed lowest price in the USA. Only at Watson's.
Back in the 1970s, when amateur slow-pitch softball was really taking off, there were a lot of leagues and then also a lot of tournaments, some big tournaments. And in one of those national tournaments, a team out of Louisville called the Jiffy Club won a national championship in the open division, the toughest division. And that Jiffy Club team, which, by the way, Jiffy Club is a bar, was made up of all local players. They didn't go out and recruit guys from all over like a lot of other teams did. Lots of teams not only recruited players from outside their area, but outside their state. They'd go recruit nationwide, pay the money for these players to come in and play for them in these big tournaments. Jiffy Club didn't do that. And Bill Gaddy, a member of that Jiffy Club team, talks about why that was part of the reason it was so amazing that Jiffy Club was able to win this national tournament in the open division back in 1972.
All right, so then we playing against teams like Howard's Furniture. This guy had more money and his ego was so big that he would fly players from other states into the world tournament to play for him. You know, and it was a rigged deal. I mean, it was really pathetic that they allowed him to do that. But this guy had more money than anybody, and he financed the ASA, very well, took care of all the tournaments for him and stuff like that. And so he welded a pretty good stick. Well, we beat them.
That Howard's Furniture team was out of North Carolina and considered a national power in slow pitch softball. But again, they recruited players from all over the country, different from Jiffy Club out of Louisville, which only brought in players who were local to play on their team. And again, 1972, Jiffy Club won the Open Division national title. One of the teams they knocked off was Howard's Furniture, again, a team that won multiple national championships. Gary Fogle, Kentucky Sports Memories.
There you go, Gary Fogle, Kentucky Sports Memories, Mondays through Fridays, right here on The Joe Show on WHIR Danville News Talk Sports. It's 9:22 in the morning. And we're coming back after this, 9:35, Ann Yeager, Stem Funeral Home. We'll be on here and we'll talk about that story from Florida. The guy who'd been missing was found. We'll tell you about that next.
I mean, 25 more, 30, 35 more, 35 more, 40.
Ford Brothers Auctioneers, we're selling the country.
Announcing the absolute online-only auction of the living estate of Herschel and the late Della Jean Hale, located 100 Lee Drive, Lancaster, with bidding ending Wednesday, March the 4th at 6 p.m. on FordBrothersInc.com. We'll be selling a lifetime collection of antiques, bowls, glassware, furniture, smalls, pottery, a lawnmower, and more. The auction preview is Wednesday, March the 4th from 3 to 6 p.m., and pickup will be Friday, March the 6th from noon to 6 p.m. That's the absolute online-only auction of the living estate of Herschel and the late Della Jean Hale, 100 Lee Drive, Lancaster, with bidding ending Wednesday, March the 4th at 6 p.m. on FordBrothersInc.com. To bid or for more information, visit FordBrothersInc.com or call Cliff Ed Irvin at 859-339-9075.
Ford Brothers Auctioneers, we're selling the country.
Hello, Central Kentucky. I'm Steve Bertram with sports. Unranked Kentucky tries to extend its winning streak to 3 when they visit Texas A&M tonight. The Cats are 10-6 in conference play, while the Aggies have fallen to 9-7 after starting the SEC on fire, winning 7 out of their first 8 games. A&M is a slight favorite tonight, although UK has played a much stronger schedule. Our pregame shows begin at 5:30 this evening. Tip-offs at 7 o'clock for Kentucky at Texas A&M on Z105. The girls' 12th region tournament got underway last night. Two-time defending champion Danville Christian Academy was eliminated last night by Rockcastle County 68-56 in a game heard on hometown radio. West Jessamine downed Wayne County 64-49 in the first game. Hometown Radio has 2 games for you tonight in the girls' 12th region action at Lincoln County High School. In the first game, Mercer County meets Southwestern at 6:30 on WHBN FM 99.5. In the nightcap around 8:15, Boyle County tackles Pulaski County on WHIR FM 103.9. Both games stream live at hometownlive.net. The boys' 12th region tournament begins tomorrow night at Pulaski County High. Boyle County faces Somerset at 6:30 Wednesday night on Z105. That's followed by West Jessamine against Somerset Christian. Thursday night at 6:30, it's Rockcastle County versus Southwestern, followed by Danville Christian versus East Jessamine. That one's on Z105. The latest AP men's top 25 poll shows Kentucky and Louisville tied for 27th in the country, not in the top 25. Duke's again number 1, followed by Arizona, Michigan, UConn, and Florida in the top 5. Vanderbilt moved up 1 spot to 24th, despite being blown out at Kentucky 91-77. In the women's top 25, both Kentucky and Louisville dropped this week. U of L down to 12th and UK to 17th. Undefeated UConn remains number 1, followed by UCLA, South Carolina, Texas, and Vanderbilt. That's sports. God bless America. I'm Steve Bertram on the Hometown Radio Network.
The Bread of Life Cafe in Casey County, Highway 127, proudly serves several all-you-can-eat buffets. Start out with the lunch buffet, $13.99. Thursday, after 4, seniors 55 and older can experience the buffet for $9.99. Friday after 4, swimming for the seafood buffet, $19.99. Saturday morning breakfast buffet, 7 till 10:30, $10.99. And Saturday after 4, make your way to the evening buffet for $14.99. Feed your tummy and your soul with a visit to the Bread of Life Cafe, 5 miles south of Liberty on Highway 127. Open till 8, Monday through Thursday night, Friday and Saturday till 9.
The Department for Aging and Independent Living within the Kentucky Cabinet for Health and Family Services wants to promote the Aging Disability Resource Center, a statewide toll-free phone line that provides older adults, individuals with physical disabilities, caregivers, and professionals with information to promote independent living. Call to learn about home-delivered meals, in-home services, respite care, caregiver support, and Medicaid waiver programs to help those age 60 and over. Call 877-925-0037. Kentucky, forward together. Paid for by the Department for Aging and Independent Living, the KBA, and this station.
Going out of town or anywhere in the world? Stay in touch with WHIR on the internet at hometownlive.net. Powered by Kentucky WiMAX.
It's 9:28 in the morning, and we're happy to have you on the show this morning. Now, here's a story I was talking about from the guy in Florida. Do you remember when shows or video games, I remember specifically video games like Mario, made it seem like being trapped in quicksand was a reasonable fear? Like quicksand was going to be everywhere, and you were going to have to just dodge it in your adult life. Don't get in the quicksand. Well, it apparently still can be a reasonable fear, because a man in Florida who had been missing since Valentine's Day was discovered over a week later, trapped in mud up to his shoulders. He's a 36-year-old man named Andrew Giddens, and he was found after some officers spotted his abandoned car close to an industrial plant that produces sand. Now, employees started looking for him, and one saw him in one of these sand mud pits. Andrew was alert. He could talk, but had been gone for several days without food or water by that point. It was also hard to reach him because he was surrounded by unstable ground. Specialized crews had to work with local fire departments to free him. They used ladders, backboards, pallets, poles, and ropes. The elaborate operation took about 3 hours to free him from this quicksand mud. He was initially hospitalized in critical condition, but he's expected to be completely fine. It's incredible because he was supposedly stuck in mud for 4 days. One more could have been fatal for him. It's not 100% clear why he was in the mud. His family says he'd been distraught over a recent breakup, but it's unclear if he knew what he was getting into in that sand facility or not. Clearly, he will also need to be checked out mentally and emotionally as well. Officers say he will not face charges for trespassing or for anything else. This man was basically trapped in quicksand at a sand-producing facility there in Florida, was rescued 4 days after being trapped in quicksand. It's 9:30 in the morning, and it's a Tuesday with Steph, and Yeager's coming on here right after bottom hour news, which is right now.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
In Martin County, a physical fight prompts a soft lockdown of Warfield Elementary School Monday. Now 4 adults are arrested and a 5th faces charges. Martin County Schools Police Department on Facebook shared the news, crediting the quick response of school staff, adding the situation was contained quickly. Chief Chris Kidd added that administrators, teachers, and staff followed safety protocols exactly as trained. The 5 adults involved have not been identified. Some progress made in building the new Commonwealth's home in Norfolk, Kentucky.
Andy Beshear says they're building our new Kentucky home. Governor in Newport for the demolition of the 4th Street Bridge. It was brought down by a series of explosions, clearing the way for a brand new bridge that Beshear says will match the growth along Covington and Newport's riverfront.
Today, we say goodbye to a bridge that has served Kentuckians for nearly a century, and we make room for something new. A signature bridge that is safer, stronger, and is built for the future.
Construction of the bridge will take about 2 years at a cost of almost $100 million. I'm Brian Combs.
Communication breakdowns, under-balanced budgets, unauthorized use of contingency reserves. Some of the reasons found in an independent report finding Fayette County public school officials failed to meet financial oversight duties for the 2024 and 2025 2025 fiscal years. Two of Kenny, Cooper, Moen, and Jackstad PCs, Kate Nash and Anger Carr, don't find intentional misconduct by any individual, but rather a systematic failure for forecasting, monitoring finances, and communicating from within. 3 administrators were cited in the report. 6 recommendations were given to the school district, and a change to their budgeting structure was installed in July. I'm Lee Mowen.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now, there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team. Build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. And you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Hello, this is Deanna Charles with the Danville H&R Block. You didn't start your business to do taxes, but it's a good thing we did. Save up to 30% when you file with us instead of a typical accountant or CPA. Imagine what your business could do with that 30% savings. Come see us at our new location at 101 Citation Drive in Danville, or give us a call at 859-236-3281 to schedule an appointment. Average savings based on national average fees for Federal Form 1040 plus Schedule C and one state filing and latest available 2020 survey conducted by the National Society of Accountants. All tax situations are different. Pricing will vary based on individual circumstances.
Republic Services of Kentucky offers a single source solution for all of your disposal needs, servicing residential, commercial, and industrial customers with offerings that include recycling and other disposal options. You have enough to worry about on a daily basis. Leave waste disposal to Republic Services. They'll handle it from there. For a quote or to discuss services, reach out to republicservices.com or give them a call at 859-263-2000. 263-2000.
Folks, this is Tony Wilder, Chairman of the Boyle County's America 250 birthday celebration. Wanted to remind everyone of our event Tuesday, March 3rd at 7 p.m. at the Danville High School Auditorium. Our own former Kentucky Poet Laureate Frank X. Walker will be delivering a reading and commentary from his new book, Load in 9 Times. He'll be joined by eminent panelists who will expand on the significance of Camp Nelson, its connection to Boyle County, and the important role the African-American soldier played in our Civil War. Remember, this is a free event, so join us.
This Joe Show Weather Report is brought to you by
All right there, brought to you by Southern Heating and Cooling. They keep your home cozy with Southern Heating and Cooling. As your comfort is their priority. Veteran-owned, family-operated, locally trusted. Go online, southernheatingcooling.com. Or call 859-324-2770 for Southern Heating and Cooling. All right, cloudy skies, rain showers are hanging out with us today. High of 68, low tonight 57. We'll have a chance of rain scattered through about 12 noon today. Tomorrow, 50-50, mostly cloudy, 72. Thursday, chance of showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon, 74 is the high. On Friday, mostly sunny and a high of 78. It's 9:35 in the morning, and it is a Tuesday with Stiff.
The following is a paid program.
And now we're official, and we can say what we want.
Good morning.
Hello. Andy Yeager's in here this morning.
Joe just had his first muffin from Burke's Bakery.
Yeah, it was very good. I had the blueberry muffin, so I didn't know that there were different flavors of the muffins. I just thought it was one standard. This is like the Burke's house muffin, so to say.
No.
So she brought in blueberry and chocolate and
Glorious Morning.
Glorious
Those
Morning.
are my favorite.
And then there was one with like raspberries.
No, it's cranberry.
Cranberries in
It's
it.
like a cranberry orange.
Yeah.
I'd have to ask what the actual flavor, but I'm pretty sure it's cranberry.
And the blueberry, it was good. It was not like overly sweet, which was good. I enjoyed it. It was very good. And you had which one did you have?
Glorious Morning.
Glorious Morning.
That's always going to be my first choice, unless they have the lemon poppy seed. Jody, make more lemon poppy seed for your sister and I.
Is that like they make them, but they sell out?
They don't have. No, he doesn't make them all the time.
Okay, it's just like whenever you go in, hopefully they have them.
Yes. So if you see the lemon poppy seed, those are probably my favorite.
Okay.
Other than the Glorious Mornings.
All right, so we need more lemon poppy seed from you, Jody.
Yes, Jody. Carrie and I need you to get on the lemon poppy seed.
Yeah.
I talked to his sister, and she agreed the lemon poppy seed is also her favorite.
Okay.
I was like, why didn't he make more? She was like, I don't know. It's Jody.
Yeah. Well, I enjoyed it, the blueberry muffin. That was very good. So kudos to Burke's Bakery. And Yeager, that's the second Burke's Bakery product I've eaten this morning. I had a jelly-filled donut earlier this morning, too. So
You always have. There's always donuts here at the radio station.
There's always Burke's Bakery donuts here.
There's always donuts. But that's why I laughed at them that they did not know that they made muffins.
I had to literally ask Ann Yeager today after I ate the muffin. I said, okay, so where do you find these things at Burke's Bakery? She said the first display case. I'm like, that's almost, for me, uncharted territory. I go to the far display case, and I'm looking at the donuts. You know, like on the other side of the register, not the first case on the right.
You ever look at the cookies or the...
Yeah, I look at the cookies. Gingerbread Man, I think, are over there too, right?
I'm with you because I know what I want usually when I'm walking in the door.
Yeah.
It's part of being spoiled growing up here in Danville.
Yeah,
is that
exactly.
You've had Berkshire whole life and think it's normal.
Yeah.
And you have your favorites.
We're like trained dogs. We walk in there. What? There's a first display case? I didn't know that. There are probably people who walk in and say, "What do you mean second display case?" I go in there and I get 2 gingerbread cookies every day or whatever.
That just love the cookies and the
muffins.
and some people go crazy over the eclairs and the cream horns.
Mm-hmm.
My mom's favorite is the cream horn.
Yeah. What's the little chocolate ones? Is that the eclair with the icing on top?
Yeah, with the thing on the top. Yes.
Yeah.
I had a friend out of state who I had to take those to all the time that absolutely loved those.
Yeah. When I was younger, like middle school aged. We would get those, and you talk about with a cold glass of milk, a little eclair. Yeah, that was a good middle school treat for me. All right.
I have to say, when we have morning funerals, so we get Burke's Bakery donuts for all of our morning funerals.
Mm-hmm.
And so when people walk in and see that white box sitting there, it's for Danville, it's iconic.
Oh, yeah, it is. You're right. People know exactly what to expect.
They know what that is.
That's
and,
true.
And like so many people, and people are like, and some people are like, why do you have donuts? I'm like, because people forget to eat in the morning before funerals.
Mm-hmm.
And they've got the whole family at the house, and they're trying to all get out of the house at once to be in one place. And it's just, and there's a lot of emotion and, lots of things going on.
Okay, I'm having a morning funeral then. At least my family's getting donuts.
And so we always try to have donuts there so that when people get there and all of a sudden it's like 10 o'clock, 10:30, and like the gnawing hunger, oh shoot, I didn't eat anything, starts to sink in. There at least.
And
we usually have some kind of fruit in the building or something, other snacks, and then we have donuts.
Yeah. But look, I've never even thought of it that way until you mentioned how iconic the white box is. Because you could walk in, you could be from this area and walk in anywhere and see the white box, and immediately you say, oh, there's Burke's Bakery. It's like seeing
Can you imagine how disappointed you'd be if you walked up and it was like it was something
like a store-bought donut or something like that. Oh, it'd be like walking in like, look, we know what the golden arches stand for. They stand for McDonald's.
Right.
You don't walk in and see a McDonald's bag and expect there to be Taco Bell inside of it or something like that, right? So when you walk in,
terrible to be someplace else and see the white box and get something.
That would be sour disappointment. So we appreciate Burke's Bakery.
Town.
Yeah, our small town, knowing what to expect when you see the white box.
Oh, our small town. We're so fortunate.
So.
Y'all, we're so lucky to live here.
I want to be the one that writes the Sharpie on the side of the white boxes, because they do it for our radio station donuts too, and it's like, hey, here's the treats inside. We know it's inside. We're going to write it on here for you.
I never know what name I'm going to get, especially if I talk to Patty, because she calls me Nani, because I grew up with her kids. But sometimes she'll put Ann Hamlin, because that's what I was called in school. And sometimes she'll put Stith.
Yeah, she's got Stith on it today.
Well, she wasn't there today, so I called and talked to her, and I told him Stith. But because that's just the easiest name for me to tell them. They know that. They're like, oh, not donuts? I'm like, no, not donuts today, just the muffins. They're like, not donuts. I'm like, no, just muffins. You want you want Carl's order? Because Carl goes and gets the donuts.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so that's what they call it, is Carl's order.
No, this is different.
No, I'm just getting donuts to take to the radio.
Well, we appreciate that, and you guys very good. I'll have to, like, next time we have a breakfast and someone's like, hey, you got to bring something, I'll have to swing by and get the muffins and surprise people. They're going to open up the white box, and and there's going to be shock on their face. No donuts, muffins. They're going to have the same shock that I would when the white box was open and there were muffins inside.
My daughter's favorite is when I get muffins and donut holes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
The donut holes always go quick here whenever we get the donut. There's that's the first thing to go is the donut holes. They're easy to eat. They're convenient. You don't get too messy. Just throw a couple in your mouth. You can eat them on the go. So, all right, let's.
This should be the Burke's Bakery hour.
Yeah, we just turned it in the Burke's Bakery segment. They're not even paying for this, and they turned it. Stitt Funeral Home is paying for us to promote Burke's Bakery. Let's talk quickly about the knockbox.
Love.
You all did the knockbox drawing Friday. How'd that go?
Yes, we gave it. We drew on Friday, and Sandy Collins won, and Jared delivered it to her yesterday. But it's so funny because I've had yesterday I was meeting with someone else, and they were like, "Okay, I didn't win the knockbox, but I'm doing my own knockbox."
Oh, good.
Yes, we've talked about it enough.
Own.
Yes, okay. She's heard us talk about it on the radio, and she said, "You pounded it through my head. You're right." Her husband died a couple of years ago, and she was like, "My kids need to know, and they don't know where all my things are." And my daughter's been on me, so I'm slowly but surely pulling it all together.
Yeah, so important details, important stuff to have when it comes to an individual's death, and all the documents being in one secure place where people know where to find it. I have not been to this situation before, but I can imagine having conversations would be very helpful at that time.
And I have another lady who told me that she's getting ready to go on a cruise. So that's the deadline she's given herself is her cruise.
Before a cruise, she wants all of it put together.
So that she has everything in place. So God forbid if anything were to happen while she's just out of town.
Yeah.
And unavailable because her kids are going to be checking on her house and all that kind of thing while she's on her trip. She said, they need to know, like, how to check she said, you were right. She paid attention to the utilities. The utilities part really hit her because all of the utilities were in her husband's name when he died. And now she's moved them all over. But she said, my kids don't know how I pay my bills.
Right.
So she's writing it all out for them. And she's given herself her cruise as her deadline for herself to get it all. So, the knockbox went further than we thought.
Way to go. Now, what's next for you all's 100th anniversary celebration? Do you have something else coming up?
We do.
All right. What's next?
And in April, we are going to be, and I'll have the exact date, I think it's going to be the 25th, we are going to be giving away family portraits.
Okay.
Because that's one of the things that we hear at the funeral home. When people are putting together pictures for slideshows or looking for good pictures for of their family to display, they always look at me and say, I wish we'd taken more family pictures. Because we don't have, when I was growing up, we had Olin Mills and JCPenney and all these places. And you had lots more church directories.
Church directories are really popular, yeah.
Like my grandmother had our church directory picture on her piano my whole life. There was one specific that was her favorite. And then she had another one that she changed the photo every time we got a new one. It was either Olin Mills or the church directory.
Church directories were so big back in the day.
I know, and we don't do those anymore.
No, we don't.
Not and now everybody would just take it with a selfie, with a cell phone in church.
Yeah, they would just submit their own photos.
Right.
You wouldn't go to the church to take a picture.
You wouldn't have the background. You wouldn't have the professional aspect of it.
Yeah.
And so when we started hearing this a couple of years ago, and really, I'll be honest, we had a family. We learned a big lesson, and actually the lady learned a big lesson. We had a gentleman who died, and his sister was putting together pictures for his slideshow. He didn't have any kids. He wasn't married. But we found that she couldn't find a single picture of she and her brother together since her mother died, because she took all the pictures of her brother with her husband and her kids.
Yeah.
So there were none of she and her brother.
How long ago was that?
Well, it'd been 20 years.
So once Mom died, 15, the pictures stopped being taken.
Well, she was still taking pictures, but they were all of him. She was taking them all. She was the photographer in all of them.
And so she wasn't in any of them.
She wasn't in any of them. So it's funny because now every time I see her, she's like, I'm taking pictures. I'm taking pictures with because she only had a handful of she and her son because she kept taking them all of her son and her husband.
Yeah.
and her brother, and so at all the holidays it was the three of them.
Yeah.
It looked like she didn't exist. So it was a really good learning lesson. She was like I could kind of scream at myself for not making us do a family photo at some point over these years, and because her son was younger, he wasn't a little thing anymore, and now as he's growing up. So that's one of the things that she told me later, she said, every year I'm going to make sure we do a family photo.
Yeah. Okay.
That we have one every year, because I don't want him to not see his growing up, and I want to, as I get older, I want to be able to look back at those.
Yeah.
He can do whatever he wants with them when he's older, but that's what I want for me. And she was kicking herself because she wished she had it of her little family with her brother in it. So my sister and I, a couple of years ago, started giving that to everyone at the funeral home for Christmas. We give everyone family portraits, and the photographer comes to our Christmas dinner, and everybody gets pictures taken.
Nice, yeah.
And we have a big dinner, and that's how we celebrate the beginning of Christmas for our staff and our crew at the funeral home. So we want to do the same thing for other families. Okay. So we're working on a sign-up sheet. It'll be first come, first serve. It'll be on our website. We'll have a link out on Facebook as soon as it's live. I'll let you know here, of course, first.
Yeah, we'll register too.
And we'll have the photographer. It'll be on a Saturday afternoon, and you'll come to the funeral home and get your picture taken.
Nice. So you have like the background set up and all?
Yeah, she'll have a background, and or if it's nice, she might actually, like one year she did them for us, and she literally did them in our parking lot.
Nice.
It depends on how many leaves we have. We're kind of waiting until the spring to see if we have things blooming, because you literally couldn't tell that some of them were just in our parking lot because they look so good. So
yeah.
So that's one of the next things. And I found yesterday, I was looking through stuff on my desk, and I found a couple of devotionals that are really good, and I think tomorrow I'm going to give those out, so watch our Facebook page.
Nice. I love it. Giveaways for
Just
the
a
100th
random
anniversary celebration.
Yeah, it's and then we also, the other thing that we're looking at, possibly also for the 25th of April, we have slideshows, we have DVDs, we have things that people never picked up.
Okay.
And so I would love your input on this as to what, because I have a whole like tote in front of my desk
Of like people from like slideshows from their
years
funerals?
gone past, where like someone in the family either ordered one, never picked it up for whatever reason, or ordered 3 and never picked it. Like, we still have them. Like, we called, and for whatever reason we still have them. So y'all, what do I do with all of these? What do I do with all of these? Because I can't bring myself to throw them away.
Have a giveaway.
I don't know, but they're specific
You get
people.
this DVD.
You get this person.
You get this one. You get the, yeah.
I don't know. Do people want to come look through them? Do we want to do come and, I don't know. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
So are they labeled with the person's name?
Oh yeah, they have their pictures and their
So
names.
you're trying to find them on Facebook, or not them?
Well, so
specifically, but their family
that's what we're
members?
doing right now, is we're going through and calling families to say, hey, did you know that we still have this? And like some of them have order forms with them, so I know who. So those people we called immediately. One of them had already died. So I guess that's why they didn't pick it up.
Yeah.
But a bunch of them don't. Because someone, and it could have been at some point, someone said to Mom, hey, Mary, I want 3 of those.
And she just ordered them because she said they want 3 of them, and then they never came back.
Right.
Okay.
For whatever reason. So we're calling so if you get a random call from us saying we have a slideshow, we have a DVD, that's what it is.
Okay.
But if you also have a great idea for me, as to, because I can't bring myself to just throw them in the dumpster, because it's family pictures, but I'm not exactly sure also what to do with them. So yeah, that's what that's one of our big projects right now, is we are pulling them all together, and we are going through. And so that's why I say, if you get a very random phone call or text from Stith Funeral Home, from Jared, that's what Jenny and Margie have been trying to help him.
Yeah.
Tell him who all these people are related to, so that we can figure this out.
Sound like a good Facebook post. Post it on Facebook.
That's okay.
I mean, you got to make sure people know. Hey,
true.
Look, we've got a tote full of DVDs of people whose families of loved ones we've taken care of
over the years. Yes, and we just want to return. We just want to get them to people, because Ann Yeager can't throw them away.
Yeah.
So
it's a Tuesday with Stith. Ann Yeager joins us this morning right here on the Joe Show. We'll step aside, come back, and we have questions with Ann Yeager right after this.
Hey, it's your radio back again. Been a little busy putting up Wi-Fi hotspots everywhere. Do you realize more people are now streaming radio via the internet? You might say, I get around. And if you run a business and want the word to get around about your products or services, you should consider radio advertising. Do you want to reach new customers? Well, radio advertising has the best ROI of any media to get the word out about your business. And radio encourages repeat business. We give your customers reasons to return to your store instead of someone else's. Now, if you want to generate more traffic, that's where radio can really help. Also, the advertising you do today is selling customers who might make their buying decision weeks or even months from now. Radio advertising generates new customers and sales now and in the future. Hey, and back to Wi-Fi. You want to drive the neighbors crazy? Just name your Wi-Fi Police Surveillance Van.
Promote your business to thousands of potential customers every week. To learn more, go online to advertisecentralkentucky.com. That's advertisecentralkentucky.com.
Is your car in need of a shine? Keep it sparkling all month long with Safari Falls Car Wash. Visit our new location in Danville off the 127 bypass on Skywatch Drive from 7:30 a.m. until 7:30 p.m. Monday through Saturday, and on Sundays from 9 a.m. until 7:30 p.m. Packages start at just $22 per month. That's less than $1 a day. For $22 a month, you will enjoy unlimited washes and keep your car looking brand new all month long.
Whether you have one car or a whole fleet, we've got a plan for you.
Some professional advice from Daniel Mudge, owner of Super Clean Carpets. A clean home is a healthy home. A carpet is a filter. It catches all the dirt. My 200-degree solution kills dust mites, removes bacteria, eliminates pet odors, and aids in relief from allergies and asthma symptoms, guaranteed. Plus, I clean upholstery, hardwood, tile, and grout. Super Clean Carpets has been a trusted name in Central Kentucky for over 50 years. For your free estimate, contact me, Daniel Mudge, at supercleanky.com. supercleanky.com. I'm pleased to be called on the carpet.
Did you know there's money available to help you pay for trade school or college? Yep, and all you need to do is fill out the free application for federal student aid, also known as the FAFSA. Completing the FAFSA costs you nothing but time, and it can pay off big. And there are experts across Kentucky who can help. For more info, visit gearupky.org/money. That's gearupky.org/money. Brought to you by this station and the Kentucky Broadcasters Association.
Wow, Tricky's Car Wash is ready to make your vehicle look its very best. Tricky's Car Wash behind Smart Lube off South 4th Street. Open Monday through Friday, 9 to 7, and on Saturdays by appointment. Pickup and delivery service is available. 583-0560. Wash only $15. Wash and interior $25. Wash plus wax plus interior $50. And full detail, talk with Tricky. Tricky's Car Wash, 430 Bay Street, 583-0560, right behind Smart Lube off South 4th. Tricky's Car Wash.
Listen to us on your smart speaker. Just ask to play our call letters. WHIR.
All righty, it's 9:54 in the morning. It is Ann Yeager. Stitt Funeral Home joins us. We'll ask AY, and I got some questions to ask of you, Ann Yeager.
Oh, hit me.
You taking a drink of your Hub
Go
coffee?
ahead. Yeah.
Right, you take a sip.
Promoting all the local businesses today.
And I'll ask a question. A police officer just called me and told me my sister has passed. I think that I'm in a state of shock right now because I still have not cried. The police are still on the scene and are waiting for the detectives. I have never had or done anything like this before, and I'm wondering if anyone knows what will happen next. I have also never been in charge of taking care of someone's remains, so any advice would be appreciated. So imagine you're in this person's situation, get a call, sudden death of a loved one. Mm-hmm. Now you're taking care of basically everything, and you've never done this before. So what would you tell someone in this situation?
So the deceased is going to go probably to the coroner's office in this respect, or the ME's office. Sounds like they're in a bigger town than we are.
Okay.
And you need to choose a funeral home. That's why a little bit of pre-planning ahead of time saves your family so much headache. But you have to choose a funeral home. That's the first thing. And then you can do lots of things, or the funeral home can do lots of things for you that will give you time to think and not make rash decisions. Because in this respect, if you do not know all these answers, then you should take your time. You should do the things like go ahead and embalm the person. That way that just buys you time. So that you can then figure out or go through, like it's, in this case, it's a sibling. So you need time to go through their personal effects and see if they have everything written out and what they want or not. And if you don't know where everything is in their house and they don't have a knockbox that they've told you about, then you need to look through and see if they have any notes or anything written down. And if not, then you have to figure it out. Yes.
And that's a lot for someone who's never done this before.
Right.
It's a lot anyway.
Because
but this
the question is
person
going to be, do they want to be buried? Do they want to be cremated? Do they want services? Do they go to church? Do they, what type of services? Do you want to have a traditional funeral? Do you want to have a celebration of life? Do you want to have a party? What would you like to have? All the things. And we think we know our family really well until it becomes to questions of eternity. Do you know what your siblings would want?
No, but they all have wives, so hopefully.
so Joe's off the hook.
Ain't on me.
But you probably don't play the game that my sister and I do. We look at each other, since we work in the funeral home together, we look at each other and we're like, make sure if it's my funeral. Make sure
that this happens. That
no double chins. Okay. Make sure. Yeah, I mean we're the worst. We're the pickiest because we know too much.
Yeah.
Like we're worried about double chins. Like
when you're laying in the coffin, you mean?
Now I am. Yeah. No double chins. See?
Coffin's the right word, right?
No, casket.
You're laying in the casket.
A casket's a rectangular box. A coffin is anthropoidal in shape. I only have one coffin, and that's my basket casket.
All right. But you don't want your.
I don't want the double chin. Yeah. I want just this chin. No, not this. This. So you got to be watching on YouTube right now to see me move my chin up.
Is that standard? Like you don't want anybody to have that
well,
in there.
Some people you can't help it because of just how they're made.
Right.
So it depends on how big your neck is. It completely depends. And unfortunately, ladies, we are on the short end of this stick. Gravity is much nicer to men than it is to women because of just how we're built and because they have beards that cover things up.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't really have to worry about the double chin thing. I just got a beard to cover it up.
Yeah. So, unfortunately, we're the ones that have to worry about this, not men. And so, yes, it's a thing.
Yeah. I got a question real quickly because we only have a minute and a half. Let's say someone like me, not me specifically, because I don't want to talk about me dying, but someone like me who wears a beard, has a beard, but their wife or girlfriend or mom or whoever has always preferred them without a beard.
Oh, they can have you clean shaven.
But would you recommend that if everyone recognizes the person as an individual who always wore a beard, now suddenly they die, they're at the funeral, they don't have a beard?
But mama or your wife, they got to say so.
Yeah. I just think that would be not the right decision to do.
Well, then you should keep your wife and your mother happy.
Like keeping my beard shaved? or right into my knockbox. The beard stays.
They are still in charge.
Right.
Whoever has papers on you is in charge when you die.
And can you imagine like showing up and then there's the guy that you've known your whole life for having a beard and he doesn't have one? That's what people would talk about. They wouldn't talk about the funeral. They'd say, why did they shave his beard off?
He looks so young.
No one knows what he looked like without that.
He looks so young without his beard.
It could have been the greatest
funeral. His beard
funeral.
was getting gray, and he's not, and he's so young.
Now they'd be talking about how he died at too young of an age. He must have ate too much fast food or something like that.
Too many Taco Bells.
Too many Taco Bell Saturday nights. All right, Ann Yeager, appreciate you being on. 859-236-2113.
Y'all have a great day and stay dry.
There you go, Ann Yeager, appreciate it. There's that sad music again. That means my time has come to an end of the Joe Show. Had a blast with you all on this Tuesday morning. Hoping the start to your work day just a little bit more bearable. I'm Joe Mathis signing off. I'm back with you tomorrow morning, dark and early, on Danville's one-stop shop for local news, local events, and local voices. The Joe Show, AM 1230 in the brand new 103.9 FM. WHIR Danville News Talk Sports. See you tonight, 8:15 tip-off, Boyle and Pulaski County on WHIR.
This is the talk of the town.